Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Saints game day. We got a lot of good games in store today. And to start us off, I'm Matthias Talbot. Would you like to introduce yourself, my lovely other two hosts?
I started talking first, so I get to go first. Sorry, Theo. And I kind of already spoiled his introduction, but it is my absolute pleasure to be here once again today for the Saints Game Day. We are bringing you a highly innovative new stream format where we're able to watch multiple games at once, follow all the action throughout the day, and it is my pleasure to introduce myself yet again as Daniil Bettersmcgee Brown. Now it's your turn.
Hello everyone, my name is Theo, also known as the Holy One, and we got 4 games today on the stream. What do we got today?
Well, to start us off, we have our Saints Varsity League of Legends team facing off very, very soon against Gentle Hearts in the ACL League, which is not a strictly collegiate league. So we're not going up against the collegiate team today. They are currently 2-0 in this league, so we could be in for one heck of a fight.
Absolutely. And what we got going on after that?
We have Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in our also ECAC league, different league, and it is a collegiate league. So we're going to see our Academy League of Legends team take them on around the same time. Thank you to our new new stream thing,
brand spanking
the new
game
technology.
Day thing.
So usually we'd have to miss one, but with this, we can cover it all.
These games are all starting at the same time, mind you, so if you want to follow any of them later on when the stream starts really kicking off, you'll be able to see the different stream links that you can go to follow the action on your own. Or, again, you can feel free to stick with us as we go through. But starting again at the same time, we have Omega Strikers following up.
We have Omega Strikers. You know, our team's really strong. We're taking on a Lakeland University team. Haven't seen too much of them, but we know our Saints are very good, and we're going to look for another good performance later tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It is a new up-and-coming game, so anything could happen here. And in our last showing on Omega Strikers, we did very, very well. And it is also ECAC League as well, in case you're wondering. And we also have separate streams going if you want to watch any of these individuals. They're not on yet, but they'll be on very soon once the game's started.
Absolutely. And probably, I will admit, I'm a little bit biased. The thing I'm most excited for tonight is we're going to have our Counter-Strike team's debut on the Saints stream. And it's a new format, new game, new team. There's going to be a lot of new things going on today. We're going to be going against West Texas A&M University in the NACE division, NACE Varsity plus a division, I believe. And we are good to go. And it's going to be one hell of a match. It's Counter-Strike 2 just releasing relatively recently. And there's so much different. There's so many changes going on in that game, and it is such an exciting thing to watch. I cannot wait to see what the Saints have in store for us.
Definitely. I think it's the first time we're going to see CS2 here on stream. It's
absolutely.
Very exciting.
The CS team, they're always asking to be on stream, and that was even last year. So we definitely haven't seen them this year, and we definitely haven't seen them playing Counter-Strike 2. So it's going to be a lot of new things in store for us. So I can't wait to get that underway. Shout-outs to Accusing Penguin, Logan, my buddy. I think he said he's a assistant coach on that team, but I'm sure he's going to be really, really excited to watch that game going down. But gentlemen, before we throw things away, I just want to touch base. Like, how are you guys feeling about today? We got a lot of action, a lot of different action, and things go one way or the personally how do you think it's going to go down?
If you'll let me go first.
Of course.
I'm very, very excited for the Omega Strikers team. I'm personally friends with the coach there on the team.
Ooh,
I know they put in the work. Available, the coach, always grinding out the Omega Strikers stuff, keeping up with the latest strats. And their showing 2 days ago, was amazing. They just blew the other team out of the water. It's
Made
a new
it nice
game.
and quick.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very, very good showing from them. And the other games as well, I haven't commentated League of Legends yet, but I've been playing a lot thanks to my friends making me get on there a lot more. So I'm much, much more knowledgeable of the game here. Keep learning about all the esports, like the Worlds is happening as well.
Oh,
I'm really excited. Yeah.
It's been a while since we watched League together. It's always a good time, so I can't wait to get that game started. And Theo, the floor is finally yours.
I'm most excited for Varsity League of Legends. I heard Ricky might be back in the starting lineup
Yeah, I
after
think so.
watching Bakery Boy play. So, we're gonna see some a bit of a swap up. He plays some more exciting picks, I would say, pretty exciting picks, and I think it's gonna be fun to watch.
Absolutely. And while we're waiting for things to get underway, we're going to throw things to a quick break, but do not go anywhere because the action is just getting started today with us at Saints Gaming, and we will be right back as fast as we can to bring you the action today. Stay tuned.
our first 2 games coming up is League of Legends, Varsity and Academy. And welcome back to the stream.
Yeah, I told you guys it wouldn't be a very long break. It was how long was that? 5 minutes?
Not even.
4 minutes?
Very
It didn't
quick.
feel very long for me. I was just sitting here eagerly awaiting the action that we're going to get. And you were right, Matthias. We're going to be starting with the League of Legends Varsity, and then we're going to be going to League of Legends Academy draft. Hopefully that should be coming up sometime soon. But in the meantime, gentlemen, today's a great day. Did you guys do anything
Well,
fantastic?
if we keep it on topic here with
Yeah.
League of Legends, I've been playing a lot of League of Legends
Yes.
lately. I hope we see Ricky. I know everyone loves Akashi on the Varsity.
Yeah,
Everybody
side.
loves
Everybody
Akashi.
loves Akashi.
I hope
We
he's
love
playing today.
Akashi.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what Academy has in store as well. I have not seen them play yet on stream.
I haven't had the pleasure of watching them play either. Sometimes I go through the lab and I see a couple of them just practicing maybe some scrims, but we're going to see them bringing everything that they have, bringing their A game, and making sure that they have everything going perfectly for their draft today.
Here's
And
the Varsity
here's-
draft.
No, yeah, this is the Varsity draft, you're right, and they are going to be going up, starting off things relatively standard from what I remember.
2 bans. We're going to see the Lee Sin ban from St. Clair and then the Rel ban as well. It's hard to see.
But I
those
see an
two.
Olaf.
I see an Olaf.
I think that's an Olaf for sure.
Mundo.
I don't think it's a Mundo.
Oh, you're very
I
good
think
at
that
this.
is a Mundo.
I don't.
You can very clearly see the Jarvan van coming up.
Jarvan ban.
Yeah.
We see that for sure.
Well, no, the Saints bans. It'll be a little tough to see.
If you
over
want
that
to see
graphic.
the other draft, if you want to see their bands,
Exactly.
the Gentle Hearts Gaming, you want to see their bands, make sure you go to Saints Gaming CA2,
Yeah.
and you'll be able to see the screen in all of its full glory.
Ivern
Both
right
Saints
away.
picking up the first 2 picks are going to be Ash Ivern.
Against the Poppy.
Yeah.
Gentle Hearts Gaming picking up the Poppy.
Is that a Poppy top or a Poppy jungle? I guess we'll see.
Could be
As we
either.
see more of these picks and bans.
I think that's the glory of the ambiguity. You don't know, so the Saints are going to have to play around not knowing and doing their best despite that.
Definitely.
It's a great flex pick. It also makes a lot of champs with dashes a lot less effective into the Poppy. So they lock in the Draven here into the
Ooh.
Ashe. It's not too bad of a matchup. And the Nunu. The Nunu we don't see too often, but it's a very gankable jungler. Gets a level 3, rolls in with that snowball, and it's not fun for anybody to play
definitely.
against.
Nunu very oppressive on that jungle.
Yeah, it is not your responsibility as the opponent team to let your opponents have fun, okay? It's your responsibility to win, and I think that Nunu pick is going to be going miles to making sure that Gentle Hearts will be able to get that done.
At the same time, we got Omega Strikers. Our starting lineup here is Storm, Isu, and Tokyo, I think.
I believe so, because I know that one thing for certain is whenever Storm is playing on the field, it's going to be one hell of a match. He's going so strong so far with his Estelle. I sometimes watch him play in the lab, and it really does feel like I'm watching.
Wow.
Maybe I spoke too soon. In the overtime, with the first goal going the way of the Lakeland University esports team. That's going to be not looking too great for the Saints so far. We mentioned we both have a little bit of history with Omega Strikers. We both played a little bit. I may or may not have been on the team when it first started out, so I think I might know exactly what Bailable, their coach, is saying right now, thinking at the very least, and he could be telling them to make some core adjustments to their game plan to kind of refocus and get everything underway.
Yeah, are they on the right there? Yes, I think they're on the right.
And that's going to be another goal for Lakeland University.
Oh, wait, yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
They're giving them a good run for their money.
Yeah,
I was mistaken with them being on the right. They're on the left.
Watching
And,
watching people score against the Saints is not very common. In fact, I don't think we saw a single
one.
goal against them.
We saw one.
yeah,
goal.
we saw a single goal.
But now we're just getting started, and we're seeing 2 right away. It must be a little bit of a shakeup for the Saints, but as long as they keep their focus, they keep their mental up, and they keep good control of this core, they shouldn't have too much difficulty. Their lineup here relies a lot on keeping midfield control, and they are doing a good job at keeping sure that the spacing is just where they want it. And Jace not quite going to commit the cone for that bumper. It might have been the right call, but he didn't do it nonetheless. He's going to reflect the core, but it's not going to be able to go the way he wants. And on the left side of this game, looks like they're finishing up the draft, gentlemen. Oh, last goal. But it's just not quite exactly what the Saints needed. And again, back to the draft. In fact, it might have been like a little bit of an error pick that that Recon pick supposedly supposed to be Nico.
Yeah.
But keeping that in mind, gentlemen, what are you thinking about these drafts so far?
They're looking pretty interesting. It looks like we're going to have Ash on the ADC, of course, Darius the top. Syndra probably going mid, and this is going to decide who's the support here, or the jungler. Yep, that's going to be a Braum support, and there's our Ivern as our jungler. So we got our whole Saints load out. We got our whole Gentle Hearts load out there with, I think that's Draven, ADC.
Yeah, that's Draven.
Orianna,
100%.
mid, jungler, Nunu, support, Nico,
Probably Nico.
and that leaves Poppy top.
And I mean, Darius into the Poppy top is a good matchup. But it's exciting drafts for both teams. As we're back onto the Omega Strikers, St. Clair lose the first set, which we did not expect. So they're going to have to bring it back here.
Definitely a much more even match here than yesterday going on here. But it looks like Lakeland running away with it, taking the lead very, very far, keeping the pressure up, making sure that core, they open up the net so easily, getting those switches in record time, it seems. But the Saints putting on a good fight.
I wonder if there is really a record for keeping the switches open.
Probably is.
Yeah, and if there is, I'd say that this is a good contender. They just get the net open on the side of the stage just now, but Jace holding strong in the midfield, sniping out where necessary. I didn't quite see what buffs he picked up in that last draft round, but he's going to have to use them to his advantage to make sure that things are going well for him. He has Shiro.
There we go.
Not even going to need to use any abilities there to ensure that goes into the net. Not a lot of committed. I don't even know if I didn't notice if he used the cone that round either, but if he has that at his disposal still, it's going to be very good for them starting this round. Yes, he does, so it's going to be very easy for them to recapture control. In fact, Minnie Mouse just committing their own cone. Things are going to be a little bit difficult for them now, but again, the offense coming up from the Saints. The cone is committed, but it's misdirected as they pop the core downwards instead. Reflect goes up, but it's not going to be very good for the Saints. They're not going to be able to stop that, but it connects to the switches. Now nets are both open, but the defense is just not there. Tried to push him back, but he's going to be able to shove the core right into the goal.
Yeah, Toyoko just a little bit too overextended there. You know, you want to try and balance the attack and defense, even if you're a goalie, but you overextend that little bit there. It seems to be disastrous for your team.
I think it's going to rely a lot on the very good reads coming out so far. The Saints came close a couple of times to getting the bumpers, getting the net open, but they just had some misreads, so they weren't necessarily able to get it in. But the pop-up is not going to be used effectively there. They're not going to have the opportunity to send it where they want it to, but the cone is going to let the redirection pop it back down to the center. Shiro going for the commission, and they pop it back together. That was an excellent pass coming from Shiro. Jace just whiffing, going to get the snipe just how he needed it, but it's not going to be him. It's going to be Shiro getting the goal, second for the match, and this could be set point for the Saints if they're able to keep their coordination going well. And coming up, we got the Saints Academy over at Saints Academy CA, if you want to follow the game over there yourself, starting off with their draft.
Yeah, we see Ivern in both of the League of Legends games. And
Yeah, that is not on the Saints, though. That is on...
I know.
Yeah, a little bit of a mirror matchup going there. Sorry to interrupt.
On Lakeland. Lakeland University pick up Ivern.
And just in the bottom, we see the Omega Strikers team taking their first game over the Lakeland University team. That's going to be a very good showing for the Saints. They're now tied up 1-1. And going into the draft, I can see Extra Special is on the menu. Who's going to pick that up is going to remain to be seen. But it is definitely one that you do not want to miss if you can help it.
Yeah, it looks like Rensselaer Polytechnic going with the Kaisa and the Ivern. And on the side of the Saints, they're getting Ezreal and Kindred and a Braum pick as well.
A lot of decisions being made right now. The drafts, and we also have the ability pickups coming up from Mega Strikers. And just like I said, Extra Special going to be picked up by Jace. A very good, showing. In fact, Storm. I keep calling him Jace because he's just one of my buddies, basically.
Yep.
But
Storm is
Storm.
Jace for those at home who want to know.
Yeah, Storm XTFT. And if you want to follow the game on your own, you can go to his Twitch channel, Storm XTFT, and you can follow the game, follow all the action, and don't miss a second of the gameplay. But as they get right back into it, he's just, again, doing such a good job of keeping control. And the goalie playing on the Atlas is doing so effectively to alleviating the pressure coming out from Lakeland University, popping back and forth, hitting another bumper, sniping it out, not allowing it to reach his side of the field. The Extra Special is doing wonders to making this defensive play all that easier. Just 10 more seconds before he can use that deadly cone again. An excellent pass coming up from the goalie. The cone redirection, popping it up right in front of the goalie. That is almost 50-50 going to be a goal or not. And usually, for some reason, that 50-50 is almost always in favor of the offense.
Yeah, you gotta love the offense. If you get into that position, you should be able to score, and that's what happens there.
I mean, it's just like in soccer. If you were
Exactly.
able to just stand right in front of the goalie, right in front of him,
Good things
and
will
say, "What
happen.
can you do? What can you do?" You know, like you're gonna get the goal most times, but you know, not gonna have the ability usage there to make sure that they can deter that offensive pressure. Matthias here, looking at both drafts, our League of Legends varsity team already finished, and the academy team still kind of going through their draft. How are you feeling so far about these picks?
I think they're very good picks indeed. We're seeing the Braum pick come out from both sides on the same, which is interesting. I haven't seen a lot of Braum play very much last semester when League of Legends was happening, so that's the thing with the meta changes.
Champ is good now.
Yeah, very,
Simple as that simple? Oh, but
Wow.
maybe too good on the bottom side. Lakeland University just showing the Saints who's boss a little bit, getting a very seemingly easy goal into the net there as they start off. It's going to be a highway or uphill battle for the Saints going forward in this match.
Yeah, and I'll talk a little about the St. Clair Academy draft. You know, they went for the Kindred in the jungle, which is not a very popular pick. It's a very snowbally pick. If you can get those marks early, you can really get ahead. And they have that Ezreal, so they're gonna have a high skill cap team. They're gonna need to hit their abilities. They're gonna need to space their auto attacks well, and they're gonna be playing against Ivern, Orianna, Rakan. They're gonna be wanting to avoid those engages and just put out as much DPS as possible.
That's funny. We're seeing a little bit of a mirror on both sides. Saints picking some similar champs, and also their enemy teams picking similar champs. The Orianna and wait, the Rakan there is not correct.
It's a Nico on the left.
Nico, and another goal. Lakeland University taking another
3-0.
game off of them.
He committed the pop-up, redirected it perfectly. There really wasn't anything that anybody could have done to prevent that one from going in on the side of the Saints. It's going to be a tough battle. And with this new draft coming up, this could be the last one they're seeing for this game. So they're going to have to use those choices very wisely. Prime time probably going to get picked up very soon. So when we're looking at the Saints' last and second last picks, might not be able to get anything too good for them. Twin Drive, a lot of decisions to be made. And again, still a lot of decisions being made on the academy side as well, picking up their last pick. Gentlemen, what are you thinking about it?
Yeah, the Ornn is an interesting pick. Is that Ornn? That's Ornn top, I think.
Yeah, of
for
course.
sure. Yeah,
That's on top for sure.
and we're also going to see a Syndra mid again for the Saints. So
Yeah.
very similar team makeups. So it's funny how that turns out. Even though two totally different teams, we see that
the
they
same
all
game.
going in with a very similar plan. It seems.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what team you're on.
Doesn't
What's
matter.
good is good. You know, you pick what's good. You want to win the game. But that seems to be exactly what they're going to be doing. They're trying to get a draft that suits their play style, suits their aggression, and they're going to try to execute at the perfect snipe coming out from Storm. Going to get that right to the corner. Poor Atlas there waiting for the redirection as it was coming right to him, but Jace stuffs it into the net. Prime time, I don't know how that got through the picks, honestly. I guess it's not too good on the rest of the heroes on the other team, but being able to get 2 snipes on your Estelle is definitely a blessing with the enhanced special. It's just such a good ability coming out for the Saints. But Storm front lining here, almost got the snatch Shiro did with the scythe, teleporting in, not going to commit the snipe just there, but he does for just an extra bit of damage. The core is going to go hot bouncing. The net is open for the Saints. They're trying to redirect. The snipe goes through, does not connect.
No.
Perfect defense from the Atlas. Shiro gonna pop it up, waiting for that shield to dissipate, and he goes for a sneaky redirect, but he's not gonna get it. And he
Wow, what
missed
a
his
save.
own pop-up. Toyoko, well done, my friend. You just saved your team from another goal and another perfect save, allowing Jace to redirect in the front line, holding it down, teleporting back, gets the cone commit, gonna go for the snipe. It's not gonna connect, but at least gonna pop back the Atlas. Shiro going for a redirection forward. Storm holding up there, gonna go for the rect, but he's not gonna commit it.
pass.
Oh, so close, they get the bumper, they force it in, overtime for this round, and now it's just a matter of time waiting for somebody's defense to crack, as it will,
Nice.
and it's gonna be Shiro popping it up just when the Atlas least expected it. In fact, it looked like he popped his, I don't know exactly what it's called in this game, I always just call it pop-up, but he popped it, but he did not have the full meter, so he just went evasive. He's not gonna get the effect of stopping the core and allowing himself to redirect it. Just such a well-played pass and redirection from the Saints. Very well done.
Great core control there, and there they are playing very aggressively. Now they got the lead. They have some space to play with, unlike the last 2 games.
Nice.
And they are using the aggressiveness to full effect here.
Now we're down to both bumpers of the open, bottom bumpers for both teams. It's going to be a bloodbath in the bottom side. He's going to use the redirection there, but it's not going to work for him. Standing, it's going to be a hard stuff keeping it down. Now that's open,
nice.
goes for the shot and the snipe simultaneously. That's going to win them the set, and we're going to go to a last round situation. Both teams very, very, very distinctively winning their games each time, going back and forth, but it's all going to come down to this one, and he's got some decisions to make with these awakenings. Looks like he might want Deadeye. I'm not sure. He's being very close to the enemy team, so he might not even get much benefit. Just going for rapid fire, reduce the cooldown on your snipes. That's exactly what you're looking for. Egoist for Shiro, and it's just going to be a couple more perfect for him. All of these decisions making so much sense from both teams because the way they're playing, the way their strategies have been working out, it's just so complementary to their play styles. I wouldn't change anything about these picks.
Definitely. They know what they're going for. They're ready. They pick the best items. We just got to see if they use them to their full effectiveness here. It's coming down to a very close game here. And just like that, the Saints are in the lead a little bit, making the first switch, but it's 1-1 right now.
Or is just dancing so gracefully along the sidelines. And I find relatively underutilized. No. I'm not going to say anything. That was close. I almost caused something very bad to happen for the Saints there, I think. Storm almost got that goal, and it's going to be onto Yoko to try to make sure it doesn't go in, and they went for a fake pass down there. He actually went for the snatch with the scythe, going to redirect up. He's going to shoot the cone, but it's not going to go in. This Atlas is so honed in, so focused, but it's not going to be too much here. Going up, Storm just missed it, but he's going to use the spacing, and he's going to pop that core right into the goal. Relatively uncontested there.
It's a game of inches, in the 5th set. Nobody wants to make that mistake to cost their team a goal, and the Saints are just out hustling, I think, and they're winning. They're winning well.
You can see the hustle. You can see it. I don't think we've seen a single knockout in this entire game. Again, you might have forgotten that you can knock people out of the arena if you reduce their HP enough, but their aggression's coming in a very different form. They're just so in the face of the goalie, and just when Shiro and Storm coordinate and they start throwing out these coordinate reps, there's the first knockout. They're going to have to play without the Estelle on the side of Lakeland University. They are not going to have those long-range snipes. It's just going to be the Asher and the Atlas here, double A's, to hold this down. They're going to pop forward the shield, but it's not going to get the effect that they wanted. It's just going to be the Atlas. Bottom side does not hit the bumper. Storm looking for a TP, waiting for it, but now he still gets it, and nonetheless, just finding the opportunity, looking for the cone. Can he shove it down? It misses. It's just going to be Alex's relatively easy save. Popping the snipe, it's not going to connect anything, but the enemy Estelle is back. Minnie Mouse contesting Jace here, looking for the snipe that he can try to find. Teleports in just with the correct, perfect coordination from Shiro on the bottom side. That was so well done from the Saints. What a well-placed match there, round rather, and it's just going to be down to this one more goal for the Saints to win this out, and it's going to be very difficult for Lakeland University to recover from this, but it's definitely not impossible. They were so dominant earlier on, and I'm confident that they can make this work if they really try to.
They got strats here for the end. There it is, already open out of the gate very, very quickly.
It stops it with the cone. It's really hard contention here. Asher is going to let the core slip by, but it's going to come back into the help of his Estelle. Now it's just going to constantly shoving the bumper, but they're not going to find it. Snipes going to whiff just a little bit, pops it up. Jace is ready for it. Storm, they try to go for the pass into the bottom side goal, but it's not going to work. Not quite, maybe a little bit too predictable from them. They have done it quite a bit so far. Toyoko is going to be keeping the defense strong. Jace playing midfield just to make sure that nothing too sneaky sneaks by. He's watching guard. Now it's going to go right to the center. Shiro at the front of the goal, ready for the core, waiting for it. It sends it bottom while the Atlas is going up. Exactly what you need to see, and that's exactly what the Saints needed to win this first game against Lakeland University Esports. Very well done.
Very well done indeed. We got a little worried there in the start. We thought Lakeland was going to sweep them after such a dominant game we saw 2 days ago. But there we go. We saw the Saints still have it. They're saving their gas in the tank just to accelerate all the way to the finish line right there at the end.
looks like Storm's trying to send us a message here, hovering over his scoreline maybe. 3 goals, 5 assists, 9 saves. Not that impressive yet. The 9 saves part at least, but 16,000 damage is relatively impressive considering the pretty fast speed of this game. Things didn't go too long. It did go all the way to set 5, but with that short and the frequency of the goals, pretty impressive. He was able to rack up
even
that amount of
Isu
damage.
getting 6 goals. I know he's there with the assist, but Isu was there to manage to sink them in there at the end with 6 goals and 1 assist of his own.
Yeah.
Not
And they
too
managed to make the 3-0 win on the last set, and now they're going to be full of energy going into the next match. So they take a 1-0 lead here.
Yep, momentum is such an important factor in this game. Having the confidence to play aggressively and not playing too reserved can go a very long way in allowing your team to find success on the field. Because once you get too complacent, once you let the enemy team start taking control of the map, then that's where everything starts to crumble apart. So even though the Saints had a very rough start to begin with, the fact that they're able to rally back and keep that momentum going forward, I think says a lot of good things for them going forward for the rest of the series.
Definitely, not to count out Lakeland University there. They did pretty well. They managed to take 3 games off this, or 2 games off the Saints there.
2 sets.
Yeah, 2 sets. Almost taking them all the way there and winning it out, but you know the Saints were just there to ready to clean it up there.
And I believe they might be heading into their next game soon. I would be surprised if that was just a best of 1. But while we're waiting for things to get back in order, I think it's, like I said, there's a lot of action today. That was just one of the games, one of the very many we're going to be seeing today. And we got a couple more coming to you very, very soon. But gentlemen, let's just talk about what we just saw. And let's talk about what we want to see for the rest of the night. Tell me what you're thinking so far.
I'm excited to see how these League of Legends games pan out after we saw those picks and bans. They're very interesting, and it's very interesting that the Saints are going in with very similar game plan, very similar picks, you know, minus a champ or 2. So excited to see if their game plans fold out and see how both these teams play differently, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we just saw our Omega Strikers team keep their composure in the 5th set and close it out. And you know, we love clutch gaming and the Saints.
I love
so
composure.
We
Keep
love
your composure.
composure. So
We love composure.
as long as our teams are composed and playing well today, I think it'll be a fun stream. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
And speaking of the draft, speaking of common picks between both teams, seeing Braum on both teams being picked up, what does that really say to you about like kind of the state of the game or the strategies that both teams might be having going in store? You know, anything that really speaks out to you about that, or do you think it's just like a relatively standard thing? What do you think that says?
It's a pretty standard pick, but it's like a very strong pick in the 2v2 in the bot lane. You know, he can stack up that stun. He has the shield to block a lot of
I love the
damage.
shield.
And
Very fun.
later in the game, he can just become a meat shield in the front line. As we're in the game between
6
St.
minutes
Clair
in.
and
Yeah,
Gentle
we already got a
Hearts
few
Gaming.
kills on the board there.
Ricky's got a solo kill, I think.
I mean, is that very uncommon? I feel like if we're not seeing Ricky getting a solo kill is just very, very common. He loves getting those.
All right. Let's see what's going on the rest of the map. We had some fights in the bottom lane, and it looks like General Hearts Gaming had the advantage out, but the Rock-On got 2 kills. So
So
that's
it
not-
wasn't a Nico. It was a Rock-On. That was the correct graphic then.
Yeah. Yep.
It's our varsity team. I know it says in the bottom left that it's the Saints Academy. If you want to follow this game, you want to go to Saints Gaming CA2, I believe.
Yep.
If you want to follow this game and not miss any of the action. I mean, that's like you just saw
Definitely.
Ricky getting a solo kill. You
Yeah,
could have
they're
seen that earlier.
Already taking Drake. A very well played. Gentle Hearts there.
And I want to point out, we do not have Akashi on the starting lineup for St. Clair, which is not something we expected, but Zerfrot today going to be playing the Syndra in the mid lane.
Yep, we have Ricky Lafleur top.
Yeah.
We have Maddie as our jungler. Like you just said,
Hakai
we
in
have
the
our
bot
mid,
lane.
Sephiroth. And there we go. We got
Hakai and Busquetti in the ball
Guy
lane.
and Buschetti on the bot lane.
There's a Nunu ganks
Oh,
mid lane here.
Which, yeah.
Gets the tower. That's going to be a kill confirmed there on our mid laner there. Oh, he just gets
Maybe
out of
a
the shield, I think. Oh, he stays in a little too long. It's unfortunate. And Saints playing very, very well. Trying to repel all these waves, though. Great wave control from Gentle Hearts.
We saw the deadly combo of the Orianna Nunu. The Nunu rolls in, hits the knockup. Orianna hits the ultimate, hits the shock blast, and they are able to take down Syndra without the flash. As a Ricky is waiting for the Nunu to come up here. He could maybe win the 1v2. Still early in the game, but they're going to start up the Rift Herald. Obviously, Nunu can take these early objectives very easily, and it's going to be... it's a strong pick early game to fight for the objectives. They're going to be fighting for them.
Definitely, if we look at their items down there right now. Oh,
Oh,
we're
we're-
going back to him.
oh, back to
We're back
us.
to us. Here we are
Oh my gosh,
in the game. right back in it. All good. We're having a little trying something new. You know, we still got to iron out the little wrinkles there, but here we are.
A lot of kinks that will be ironed out, but they will be ironed out nonetheless.
Yes.
You know, give time, technology, new technology especially, can be very exciting in the beginning, but it's always 10 times more exciting once everything is ironed out. And speaking of exciting, the bottom bumper just went down for the Saints. That net is wide open, and Storm and Shiro are going to have to do a lot of work. But it's not going to be fast enough as Toyoko gets shoved into the net by the Juliet. I see that the side of Lakeland University, they're opting for a much more aggressive lineup this time. Juliet is just so good at forcing out those kills, and the Era too, with that deadly, deadly special ability, just allows you to rack up so much damage and shove people right off the arena. So I think we're going to see a lot more knockouts if Shiro's HP is any indication of such.
Lakeland University amping up the aggression here, getting those switches down very, very early here, and then they just have to land that last goal. But Shiro ISO a little low for the health there, but he's trying to wait for a pass from his teammate. He's up near the thing, near the switch there, and it is very, very close.
Yeah, they're looking to get that second switch. The Saints, as their net is open, there's a lot of fighting going on the side of St. Clair, on their side of the map. They're going to try and get towards the other side of the map, and HP bars are looking good for St. Clair's. There's a lot going on.
So healthy. It's just going to be Jay standing. Again, the aggression coming out from Lakeland University. They're going to be racking up kills, but it's not going to be in. That was so close to being good. No goalie for the side of the Saints, but that just means that two of them have to work together. But just as Toyoko respawns, Lakeland University is able to shove the core in and take the first set.
Yet again, they win the first set 3-0 in a dominant fashion. Let's see if our Saints can bring it back yet again.
They're going to have to.
They're going to have to.
They don't want to lose this,
They
that's for
definitely
sure.
don't want to lose.
So they're going to have to find something inside of them, something to muster up, change their strategy, change their game plan, figure out how they can win this one. You guys think there's any immediate adjustments that come to your mind?
More eliminations. They're not going for those, but the enemy team certainly is, as we saw last game. Seems like the Saints are definitely trying to play for those quick goals, you know, get those switches down and go for more passes, more trickery in the waves, more stuns. But looks like the enemy team's just going all aggression, just trying to eliminate as many obstacles as they can and then sink it into the free open goal.
This is a game, I am biased because I do play Estelle whenever I play this game quite a bit. So I'm mostly looking at this perspective from an Estelle player. And if you're looking to play a little bit more aggressively, speaking of aggression, they're taking out both bumpers right away. The cone is going to be committed maybe a little bit too early. Shiro, but it's not going to matter. They're going to take out the goalie, just like you said, Matthias. They're getting eliminations, and they're getting them fast and hard. That's going to be Storm on the top side looking for the TP, and that not going to be a very effective Era ultimate, not going to find exactly what they're looking for. In fact, I think it might have helped that goal there go right in, and the Saints are looking very revitalized as we head into the second set of this game.
Eliminations paying off dividends there, you know. Just that one less extra person so easily makes it so much more easier to sink those goals right into the net there. Just like that, they do have one switch on Lakeland there. Looks like the game is switching around here, and they are doing it very, very well in their game plan now that they've switched it up.
But you know what, like I was saying just before, if I want to play a little bit more aggressively if I'm playing Estelle, I really want to see prime time in my Awakenings pool. That makes it so much easier. You can commit one snipe to just doing a bunch of damage. You can snip one snipe to, focusing on the core. But you can also focus one snipe to our Saints Academy team. They're going to be starting their game off 3 minutes in, and we already have a bottom gank, and they're going to be a stun on the mid lane. Things are looking to be very aggressive. Just a very common theme, I suppose, today coming out. Aggression on both sides here. But looking at this game, gentlemen, how do you think things are going so far for both of our teams?
Looks like a decent state in the game. I mean, it's only 4 minutes into the game. There's not much to it, but I'm pretty sure Kindred got a stack. So that's good for St. Clair. The more stacks she can get, the more marks in the enemy jungle, the better it is. Mid lane's looking good for our St. Clair Saints as we're winning trades, and bot lane's looking pretty even. It's just a bunch of farming at the moment, not too much action.
Well, you may not think there's a lot of action, but it's all about the wave control. Right? And there it is. St. Clair trying, not great wave control on bot lane, but in mid lane I saw great wave control. It's
Tell
very
him,
pushed
Matthias.
out.
Tell him.
You got to get those turns in.
I mean,
it's all about these turns.
Great wave control, but down 11 CS is never too good in the mid lane.
Oh, he got you there.
I mean, you can have a good wave, but you need to be last hitting those minions to get the gold.
And Bloodstains there has to
flash
commit the
out.
flash. Just got a little bit too haughty there.
greedy.
Maybe a little too confident. Really low HP. Might want to consider going for the recall on the top side. We have just a solitary lane as always. Just going to be doing their thing. The Grey Gorilla. I mean, well, now Braum is going to commit the recall. Took a little bit long there, but he's going to go for it just now. It's just going to be this... Just the Grey Gorilla holding bottom side by himself. Ezreal is not somebody that wants to be left alone for too long, so hopefully Braum gets back fast.
Ezreal does have some tricks up his sleeves, though, with the Arcane Shift. You know, he can maneuver around, try and last a little bit longer, but...
It's just that, though. It's a trick.
Yeah.
If you want to survive in the Rift, you need more than tricks up your sleeve. You would need guns, damage, swords, whatever weapons you can muster up to keep you in the game.
I just want to say, as long as this game goes quiet and goes long, I think we're going to be looking really good for St. Clair, as they do have that Ornn with those Ornn items. So the longer the game goes, the better it's going to be for St. Clair, as we have all 3 games on the screen.
Definitely.
That we do. That we do. And we can see all of their glory in their full glorious action. I think I can see that the Varsity team is at minute 14 for their league game, and they're getting ready for an aggressive mid
there's a
push.
Nunu.
The Nunu ult just misses the mid laner, but it's not going to deter their push. Bottom side looks to be a retaliation of sorts for the aggression. And speaking of aggression, we have Storm getting aggressive, looking to snipe the bottom bumper. He's not going to get the snipe that he was looking for, but it's very, very close, committing the cone and everything. Gentlemen, we're looking at a huge feast of gaming action tonight, and I'm just so excited to see how things continue from here.
Definitely. And things are heating up on the Omega Striker side. Both goals are right open there. It's 2-1. This could be it.
It's
for
a
St.
huge
Clair
goal if
College
they
in
can
this little
score
set here, this game here. They're playing very aggressively, and they bring it to 2-2. Wow, against Lakeland University. There's Isu sinking.
Ooh, and in the
goal
academy
there.
side, that's going to be the Saints
Toyoko.
picking up a first blood against the bottom lane. Thanks to the rotation, thanks for the jungler gank coming out. That's going to be setting the tone for their game going forward.
And unfortunately for our Saints, Varsity League of Legends, Maddie just went down. It looks like our mid laner is about to go down, and Oriana's dominating, absolutely smashing them on the rift, looking to pick up the second item on the back, and it's going to be absolutely impossible to challenge her in the mid lane now.
Oh,
as
and
we give
just
up a
like
goal.
you said, things are looking very tough for all of our teams right now. The very good redirection, rebound shot coming up from the Juliet is going to end out the set in favor of Lakeland University Esports.
As
And,
Ornn, looking
going
for a
into the
top
draft.
solo kill in the academy game, doesn't get it. It's really close though.
And that's all that matters. You know, I'm being sarcastic, of course. It doesn't matter how close it is. You
Yeah,
need to
you
get
need
the
that
kill.
kill.
You need the kill if you want the glory, if you want the money, you want the XP. And if you didn't get the kill, you're not going to get any of that. But it doesn't mean he's not going to try for it.
And
As you
again!
see, he's going for it. And this time,
One more
it looks
bonk.
like for sure he's going to
Oh.
get it after Solitary Skill commits the flash. And in the mid lane, in the Varsity side, there's some action going down. Everybody's committing the ultimate. And we have the Golem coming out from Ivern. It's going to be wreaking havoc. Hakai is so low. He has to retreat, but Ricky is here, and he is not afraid
He's
of
not happy with this.
anything that Gentle Hearts College, or Gentle Hearts Gaming, sorry, is throwing their way. We got a lot of colleges going, institutes today, ladies and gentlemen, and we have a hold fast. They're holding down the line in the mid lane. It's going to be a retreat so far for the Saints, but they definitely didn't want to give up their ground completely.
Yeah, St. Clair want to play front to back this game with that Fed Darius. They want to get either Poppy or Nunu, get the stacks on there, get a reset and fight the fights like that. We see that Oriana picked up the Magi's, so she's feeling very confident. You know, that's a big purchase. It either goes very well or very poorly. Right now, it's going very well for them. But if Syndra goes, if Oriana goes down one time, it's going to be brutal. As Rakan,
Oh, wow, whoa,
going in
he's
there,
just
but-
zooming in, but might not be zooming exactly
Takes no
where he wants
damage.
to. He's still relatively
Gets
tanky,
out, yeah.
so it's not going to be
It's very
too easy.
slippery.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I saw him slipping. He was definitely slipping in there, but he slipped right out.
He has a lot of items that also, typically you build him to boost his speed, so he's very fast, very engaged support, get in, get out, and heals his team, you know, adds the shields. He can do a lot, very strong support at the moment.
Yeah, a lot of engage, a lot of peel, a lot of everything you really need from your support. Rakan is indeed a very good pick, and he has that first item, as Baschetti does not yet, and that's a really big advantage for them in that bot lane. The Radiant Virtue obviously gives you the health when you use the ultimate, helps out your teammates, so going for a more team fighting build as he should have. There might be a dive in the top lane here. Maddie misses the stun as Ricky gets hit away. And they have to be careful here as the rest of the team is fighting in mid lane, but nothing is found. Saints get the top turret.
Yeah, it is not looking good for the Saints. Gentle Heart
Oh
Gaming.
my.
Oh, wow.
Hakai's 1 HP, but he manages to survive as there's an engage from everybody's gonna go down.
Yeah, this is looking disastrous for the Saints, just getting picked off one by one. Biscotti manages to get out, just barely though. And here's Maddie trying to farm. Gonna try and help Ricky with Rift there.
They got to get something out of this, anything, especially
but
since Gentle Heart's game is going to be going for the dragon.
If I get Rift, they're gonna get the Drake there. That's Hextech Drake. That's a really strong one to lose there. And look at the skull line. After this Drake, Gentle Hearts just needs one more to get the soul.
I mean, Saints are pretty far behind. They might even look to give the soul, try and stall the game out and play for that Elder, as teams do that when they're behind. You know, it's going to be hard to contest basically anything. They're down items on every single champ. And Ricky doesn't get to engage before they get engaged on. You know, Rakan just pops ultimate, runs at them, and they get one shot with that Orianna.
I mean, that might be the sound strategy, but it's very difficult for
it's not
team
easy.
to relinquish control of the map and just kind of let things go down. I think the Saints are going to still keep fighting tooth and nail to maintain control and maintain a force in this game. So it's going to be, you know, a little easier said than done. But speaking of which, we got Bad Rick Grimes going to picking up a kill in the Academy side of things. In the Academy game, it's going to be 3-0 at 11 minutes for the Saints in terms of kills, but that's going to be the Great Gorilla going down for the Saints, taking the scoreline to 3-1.
Saints were very ahead at Omega Strikers, by the way, but they managed to tie that up. Lakeland playing very, very aggressively right now. Both goals are wide open right now, and shots are being taken left and right, and it looks like it's going to be on Lakeland's side, and there's Isu able to sink it in there at the last second. Wow.
That's how you know that they are not giving things up. They're not giving in. And speaking of which, Codino just picked up the kill on the Orianna mid lane, but there is going to be some retaliation coming out from the enemy team. He's going to have to use his Zonias in the jungle, in the bush there, but he is not going to last long for this world. But on the other side of the rift, we have the Varsity, that's going to be Gentle Hearts Gaming picking up the Baron, and it's going to be very, very hard for the Saints to recover from this.
Well, they're not able to actually do it. They're threatening it and they're trying to get a turn off, but the Saints are not falling for the trap. Now they're getting TPs out. So overall, it's actually good for St. Clair as they're going to move up toward the Baron and try to clear out the vision. You know, this Baron is going to be a vital point until the Dragon spawns. Both teams are going to be looking around it, looking to start it. If St. Clair can get a Baron, they could get back into this game, but it's almost impossible for them to start it as they're going to look for a pick here on the Poppy mid lane. But they probably will not find it as she's playing. So a big stun by the Syndra. They're going in as we're switched over to the Academy game. Exotic takes out Bad Rick Grimes, and it's not looking good for our Saints here. They're on the run here. Can they survive? And it looks like they'll be able to make it out. A Syndra comes up, follows up, gets a kill.
But that's going to be picked up on the Baron.
It's going to go down, and overall, that's good for Rensselaer Polytechnic.
Yeah, Rensselaer Polytechnic playing very, very well, getting the blue buff.
As Ornn.
Yeah, Ornn trying to contest, trying to punish that.
But he might go down here. There's 5 stacks on this Darius.
This is looking dangerous.
Level on him too.
Good flash.
The flash did not save him potentially, but no, he's going to be bleeding. He's going to be going down nonetheless. But put up one hell of a fight, if you ask me. Turret plating will soon fall, as the game has just let us know, and that's definitely going to make things just a little bit faster in terms of the offense for both teams.
And we are back on the Varsity side, though. Not looking great as well. A little more even on the Academy side.
Yeah, as St. Clair, as that fight started off, we're not looking too good in the fight. They did get wiped and they lost the Baron, and now there's going to be a fight for the soul. As Rakan is back in here again. It doesn't look too good for him, but 3-man stunned by Biscotti. Ash Arrow flies in. Ricky's in there with the ghost. Can he find a reset? But he's going to get absolutely mowed down by the whole enemy team. And Biscotti is in a rough position, gets picked up by the Draven. They're chasing. They missed the knock-up onto the Ash. Big stun by the Syndra as Maddie goes down to the Orianna, who has 25 stacks on that
The dunk almost went through, but the Zonia is going to keep him alive.
Oh,
There it
1K
is.
gold.
A delayed dunk from the past reaches towards to the future. They're going to take Ricky down. That's no easy feat, and that's going to be Zayfrod and Hakai left to resist the push from Gentle Hearts Gaming, but they are going to find Hakai even at the last tower down in the mid lane, and they're just going to walk out as if they just walked into a candy store, bought the candy that they needed, and heading out. You know, that's to say it was a very simple ordeal for
Oh,
them.
no.
But just as I say that, Pocus blinks forward, and he's going to try to find the kill onto Zayfrod, but he's not going to get it. No commitment is going to be fully used there. Flash was used, but it's not going to get the kill for them.
I mean, it's a 4-for-1 for Gentle Hearts Gaming, but Ricky did get 1,000 gold. So basically this whole game is just on Ricky to kill the whole enemy team. It's not going to be easy, but they still don't have that damage from Syndra as she's on one item. You know, Ivern's a very supportish pick. Ashe doesn't have any items online as the Draven's on 3 items and a stopwatch. It's going to be really rough for the Saints for the next couple minutes as this drag fight will kick off. And
They're fighting for this drag. They don't want to give up Soul just yet. They're not going down without a fight. Saints trying to get the steal right now.
there's a flank by this Rakan. If Saints overextend, as Ricky does, he gets caught, they one-shot him, and they're probably going to look to run down the Saints, not even going to go for the Dragon, as that's exactly what they're doing. Nunu flashes in onto the backline. Big ult by Orianna. They manage to pick everyone off, and that looks like it might be game one for Gentle Hearts Gaming. As
And that's what I'm thinking. It's Akai desperately trying to flee.
Might get out.
So low HP, but Palkus is there as while the Sketty, the Braum, the stalwart defender, is supposed to be
Khan goes
leading.
in.
Oh my.
And yeah, they're both going to go down worlds apart as they pick up the ace. Gentle Hearts Gaming wiping out the Saints, and looks to be reaching the end of that game, but we're still just at the beginning of this one. St. Clair College versus Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. Double kill, just going to get picked up by Sesame Oil Salad. Interesting name, gentlemen. I feel very interesting even just saying that. Sesame Oil Salad. I like it, though. That's for sure.
It's not too bad.
I love sesame oil in my salads.
I agree.
Can't say I've ever had it myself.
That's great. Try it sometime. But to get back to the game here,
Orianna's fed the Kaisas on two full completed items, building that Umbriel Grave, which has become really popular over the past few weeks. You can basically build anything on Kaisa these days, but the lethality items for the first few items is good pickups. We might see the AP later into the game. But on the side of Saints, they have that Fed Ezreal, the Fed Syndra. They're going to look to play around them. Ornn is getting close to level 13, which is when he's going to get those items, the upgraded items. And I'm not too sure how many stacks Kindred's on, but the more stacks, the later the game goes, the better the Kindred becomes.
there we go. We got both league streams happening at once. If you want just the varsity team, you can watch it at Saints Gaming CA2. If you want just the Academy game, you can watch it on
There's a
Saints
pick.
Academy CA. And there we go. We see the pick come out.
Huge ultimate coming from the Ornn. It's going to be so much stuns going down, and they're
But
battling for
Darius-
their lives in the barren area. The water is turning red with blood
Oh,
as the
this
double
Darius.
kill is picked up, but the Darius is fighting
Oh, he gets
tooth
3.
and nail, and that's going to be a huge kill, a huge pickup. It's not looking very good as the Rift Herald is now the new target.
Yeah.
Well, that is all happening on the Academy side. On the varsity side, they just lost an Inhips. That is disastrous for them. They are going to have a rough time coming back from that.
Yeah, that game is one of those where you guys aren't speaking much in comms. It's very rough. You're just trying to find a pick somewhere. You just hope they
a rough
misstep.
day.
And it takes a lot of mistakes to come back from a lead like this, and you have to capitalize on them. St. Clair haven't been able to yet, but the game's not over till the Nexus falls, so you can never say never.
That's for sure, and I hope our Nexus doesn't fall. It's a lovely.
I hope so.
lovely
I hope our Nexus doesn't fall.
And I know the Saints especially don't hope their Nexus falls in game. And as we pick up the Omega Strikers game, is going to be going to game 3 for Omega Strikers as Shiro and Storm pick up their first kill, or sorry, their first goal, switching between League and Omega Strikers. Goals, kills, what's the difference? At the end of the day, you want to get them to win the game,
Well,
right?
there's kills also in Omega Strikers. Is
There
the thing,
is.
though.
And there are
Elimination.
abilities.
A little temporary, much shorter, less punishing.
It's like calling an elimination dodgeball a kill. It just doesn't feel right. You know? This is a sport.
That's
And
fair.
speaking of sports, what do you do in sports? You get goals. Exactly what the Saints are going to be looking to do here.
That is
Toyoko
open.
playing such great defense on the goalie side. Just going to be bouncing and rebounding back and forth, just missing the kick. Maybe intentional just to whiff anything for the Saints. Snipe is always eager. Estelle trying to find a redirect that he needs. Teleport not going to go the way that he wants, but he's still going to be in position to capitalize off of it. As Shiro, just if he set that a little bit more of a downward angle, that could have been a goal, but he is still going to get it after he commits the pop-up. Again, still the name of that technique for the escapes me, but I'm calling it a pop-up. It's a beautiful technique.
Pop up to pop off, true combo there. There we are. Starting off with a good 2-goal strong league there and lead there. I said league there because I'm looking at league and the top left there looks like they're going to try and get Baron there.
Yeah, it's a big fight.
Gentle Hearts game getting another one, and the bottom side, that's going to be another goal for the Saints. Shiro picking it up and taking us right out of the next set. I mean, we saw that the Saints lost their previous games. Yeah, there was just one set. Saints lost the previous games pretty handily, but it seems that they found exactly what they needed, exactly what adjustments they needed to make to come back. Looks like they didn't change anything about the composition. That would have been the suggestion I would have made to combat the aggression coming out from Lakeland University esports, but looks like they didn't need to change too much. Probably just needed to change their strategies.
That's a big Nunu ult up in the Varsity League of Legends game, and St. Clair are just getting run over by the wallets. They can't really fight a clean 5v5, and that's going to be the game. It's a clean ace as they're going to drop
buff
game
on
one.
them too.
Yeah,
it's just what
game
really
over.
Can you do all besides just recover, recoup, talk to your team, don't lose hope, don't give up, and just stay focused on the goal, the task at hand, and that's to deliver a very overwhelming victory against your opponents, which I know the Saints absolutely can. But the Academy side of things are not that bleak because the game is still going, and even less bleak, Saints getting another goal on the bottom side for Mega Strikers.
That is game for Varsity there. Gonna lose out the Nexus. And now we get to focus on our other 2 games, and they will go for our next game. They're gonna go back into a draft, and we'll see that very soon.
Yeah, we saw the Academy St. Clair team pick up that dragon. Nobody died in the fight, and they're just sitting back. The Rift Herald gets dropped mid. They might look to even go towards the Baron after dropping the Rift Herald, but I don't think they do have the damage for it. Will it get a charge? Most likely, as it will get a charge.
Right for the turret there.
Charge.
It's going to go down immediately after. But St. Clair College looking to muster up the strength that they have against Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. It's line versus line. It's looking to be a world war as they
those W's,
get right
man.
up into each other. The Grey Gorilla just whipping a little bit there. They're going to give up the turret, but I don't want to give up too much more as Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute.
They're going to start the Baron.
To the Baron.
For free.
For free?
Syndra doesn't have TP and she's in base. If they just start this up right now, I think it's fully free.
It'll melt pretty fast. They're not going to be able to stop this, I don't think.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Saints are going to have to rally and get there very quickly, unless they get a very lucky Ezreal ult from the Grey Gorilla.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to.
It's on the way.
Oh, a little too early there, and there it is. Rensselaer getting the Baron. They're going to recall, get out of there, regroup, and probably go for a big final push here.
And it's going to be a rough game for the Saints now. That Kaisa built the Nashor's to third. Now she's just throwing out those W's on cooldown, doing insane damage. Will she have enough for the death cap here on the back? I'm not too sure. No, just buys a second rod, but those W's are going to start to hurt. She's 8-2, almost 4 items at 23 minutes. It's going to be hard to fight as we're back on Omega Strikers.
This could be a very decisive goal here for the Saints. Winning this one will put them into the last set that they need to win the entire series. Toyoko rebounding to the bottom side, giving room to Storm to focus up and get the goal into an aggressive position just like this. Sniping and shooting. Again, just completely stuffing the core right in front of the enemy goalie. There's nothing he could have done there. Not much more he could do besides just look on in horror as Storm TFT shoves the core into the net. And we're looking at these pickups here. A more frequent secondary and twin drive, but could be pretty good for an Estelle, but looks like he's looking for stacks on stacks. You know, I can't really say I'm too surprised. He looks like he's been doing a lot of redirecting and a lot of rebounding, so just getting that extra speed and a lot. I don't think we've seen any eliminations, so that's going to be extra speed that you're not going to be losing. Why say no to that? Yep, as always, just very sound pickups coming up from both teams for this potentially last set of the game.
Yeah, this might be it. St. Clair playing very, very well. It was much closer the first game that we had here today, but on the side, the league is looking pretty risky. On the side of Saints. Rensselaer using that Baron buff, just push through bot lane, get a massive lead on the turrets here.
Yeah, they're up a lot of gold. They might look to take a couple inhibitors with this Baron buff and just get out, but Saints might want to look for a fight with those Syndra stuns. If they can land any of those, they can get a nice follow-up. Just 4v4 in the bot lane, 1v1 in the mid lane, but the Ezreal will struggle to defend in the mid lane as he goes in on the Orianna aggressively. Syndra just pushes them away. They're just chilling in this bot lane. This wave will push in. Will they look for a dive? They get Daisy. They're speeding up. They're looking for the dive. Rakan goes in. There's a redemption. They're going to be able to burn the Braum with that Darius. As St. Clair don't just want to give this up. Big Ornult. Rakan takes him down. Syndra takes out Ivern as Darius takes out Ezreal. In that Kindred ult, Kindred gets Rakan. And we might see an end to the game as it's only Syndra alive against the 3 members of Rosent.
Rensselaer, Polytechnic, Insititute making short work of the Saints base, taking out the inhibitors and the turrets, looking to expose the Nexus. It might not be too long before this game goes in their favor, but again, Saints on the side of Omega Strikers at the very least seem to be having a great time. You know, they're rallying from a pretty handed loss in the previous game, and they've come back, just remade, and they are looking to end things out. But that's going to be a broken Juliet there, going to be kind of passed like a core into the goal by Storm, and then shoved in by Toyoko. And now it's just going to be a 2v3, not where you want to be, especially in Omega Strikers. Respawning now, Ethan is going to be right back into action, getting the kick after the pop-off, but it's not going to be enough on the side of the Saints. They were playing so well defensively, but very well coordinated assault and rebound pressure coming out from the side of Lakeland University.
Saints are going to look to regroup after that, try and get these last 2 goals and finish out the match. It was a close first 2 games. Now the 3rd game is a 2-0 lead for Saints. They don't want to give up a single set if possible. And they want to show their composure, as we were talking about. There's a lot going on, but they get both switches, they get the net open, and now they're going to look to score.
Toyoko doing so well, considering both bumpers are still up for the Saints. Snipe almost could have been a huge goal for them. Rebound, but it's going to be picked up by Soren. The kick commit is going to allow the bumper to go down on the bottom side. The top side is still standing strong. With the pop-up, it's not going to work thanks to the barrier coming from Toyoko. And Storm and Shiro on the offensive side of things, trying to coordinate some kind of gap that they can make at the core, is going to get shoved out thanks to the cone coming up from Storm. And that's going to lead us to a one-on-one situation in the net, but it's going to be quickly dissipated by the huge Era ultimate coming out. Oh, Minnie Mouse! But a very, very snap last moment elimination is going to allow the net to be left wide open, and that's going to be them just rallying a little bit, preparing for potentially the last goal of this match.
The Saints are dialed in and they are ready. They're waking up. They're here to finish this game out and finish it strong. We've seen such overwhelming pressure from them before, but looks like Lakeland University have some pressure of their own. Already taking out a switch here. Soren in the back here, playing guard here. Trying to guard the switches, but unable to find that one. But now he just has one to focus on. Is going back and forth here very, very quickly.
The cone is up for Storm, so they could go for an aggressive push onto the bumper and then just stuff it as it tries to get rebounded, but he is going to use it, so there goes that plan out of my hands. But still, the pop-up is going to be committed. Not a lot they could have done to make that successful. There was just way too many abilities ready to be used there. But now that those abilities are no longer free to be used, it is going to be quite difficult for the Saints to protect themselves from another onslaught like that. But the cone is still up.
Oh, it's 1 HP.
Minnie Mouse so low. Just another pip of damage. There we go, committing it from Storm. He's going to use the TP to blink in and get him low. Minnie Mouse is still vulnerable, but looks like they're not going to have the means to get the kill. He's going to be saving his snipe to try to rebound it towards the bumper, but it's not going to work out in his favor. That's Ethan solo as well, but they don't really have the resources to get the kill. Almost gets the kill on Minnie Mouse instead. Ironically enough, Ethan just playing very carefully, staying very close to the center of the map so that they don't get the elimination on him. He's very core to their defense, but Jace is going to commit everything he has to making sure he goes down. He still has the cone, as a matter of fact, to keep this core stuffed in, and he's going to go for a late strike back into the snipe, into the bumper. He's playing out of his mind as the net is open. Juliet respawns, but it might not be enough in time. Jace is looking to end this and end this fast, but Toyoko has to stay strong, has to stay focused. He's going to go for the pop-up top side. They're trying to rebound. He just misses the strike. Missing that is going to allow the Saints to go 1, 2, 3 back and forth between each other, allowing Shiro to shove the core right in front of Soren's helpless eyes. And that's going to be a very well-coordinated victory from the Saints, taking out our first victory of the night from our Mega Strikers Academy team. Very well done.
Going for the little reverse sweep there, almost. You know, it looked like they had a huge lead here in the beginning, but managing to take it back and then just keeping up the momentum all throughout. You know, it looks like they figured it out. They switched up a little bit, put up an amazing fight. The biggest fight we've seen here against our Omega Strikers team, but closing it out, the very strong showing from the Saints.
Yeah, you know, we didn't even think they would lose one set. They lost 3 sets, and then they managed to bounce back with a 3-0 victory in the third match. Very well performance by them, as both our League of Legends teams were not looking good in Game 1. Hopefully they can bring it back in Games 2 and 3.
And while we're still touching on Omega Strikers a little bit, I remember talking with Jace earlier in the week. I was asking them how he thought this game would have gone. You know, he's a confident player, so when he says we're going to win, I translate that in my head thinking, okay, it's going to be a good match.
Yeah.
You know, but he kind of just like, I don't know, when I asked him that at the time. So for a guy as confident as him, who knew how that could have gone? So I'm just very excited to see that they were able to pull through that victory, and very excited to see what more that the Omega Strikers team has in store for us. They're such a strong team, one of our stronger Academy ones, for absolutely sure. And now where things are looking to get on track for our other games tonight. Again, like you mentioned, we got League of Legends, Varsity, and Academy wrapping up their first games. And not to be forgotten, our Counter-Strike team, I believe they won 13-1 against their opponents.
Already,
you know,
it's only been like half an hour since they started the game.
And unless I misheard Tom, it's either we 13-1 or they got 13-1.
We 13-1.
So we 13-1. Thankfully, I would have been a huge tragedy if I announced that they won 13-1 and they lost. You know, I would have never recovered from that personally. But I hope we can catch them in their game 2 at the very least.
Hopefully.
That'd be very good to see what strategies they use to very, very, very decisively break down their opponents. You guys thinking you might be looking forward to seeing that, or what else?
I think we're going to get a 2-0 in Counter-Strike, just knowing that score, 13-1. What are you going to do if you're the enemy team?
It's not easy.
It's not easy to do to get 13-1. You know, usually at least you'll win one round, like one random.
Carry that
by,
momentum, like one more.
It's just going to be very difficult. But I'm really thinking that for the rest of the night, we just have to keep things on track, keep things focused, and keep things high energy, high action, high octane. And that's not too difficult when we have as much action as the Saints bring us every night tonight. But with that being said, we're going to throw things to a quick break as the rest of the games get started. And we'll see you guys very, very soon.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here, Saints Game Day. We're gonna go into more League of Legends games, and we have more, or we're gonna have CS coming on for the first time, CS2 even. That's the chart there, right behind me. We're up against Gentle Hearts Gaming for our varsity match in ACL League, and in our ECAC League, we have Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute.
Yeah, well done.
Saints need to come back from those league games. They lost very hard on both sides. So we will see how these picks and bans work out here. What are you guys thinking?
Thinking so far, I'm seeing the Jarvan pick up from the Saints. I remember they banned that in the previous lineup.
On the varsity side.
Varsity side, yep, they banned that out previously. They're picking up this time. They must see some value in it. I know they have...
Jarvan's top tier right now.
Really?
Yeah,
He's
been
very oppressive jungler.
with the ability Cataclysm.
yeah.
Sure, I don't know all the ability names, but I know...
That's the one I remember for sure.
I know he's got the Thunderdome, right? I know it when I see it. Don't play him.
A quick bright spot for the Saints, Matty on the Lilia. That is his signature character. You know, it's not really meta. It's not even maybe that good, but he makes it work on this Lilia. He finds those big sleeps, those big ganks, and he performs on the Lilia every time he picks it up.
Lilia can be an oppressive opponent in any game when played right. And on Gentle Hearts Gaming side, we have the Zeri, the Alistar support, Zeri ADC, LeBlanc mid, Sejuani jungle, or wait, that's Sejuani top, I think, and
yeah,
Belveth jungle.
Of course, it has to be.
Yeah, no, you keep talking.
Okay, well, for our academy team, we have a draft. We have Kaisa, Janna, Ornn, Talia, Pantheon into Maokai, Rakan, Darius, Yasuo, and Malphite.
A huge pick. I'm sorry to cut you through.
No,
I'm seeing something I like.
We have action.
I'm very excited now. I'm seeing Overpass with our Academy Counter-Strike team making their debut for a very long time, at least since last year being on stream, and now a 100% guaranteed debut on Counter-Strike 2. Things are looking very, very good for them. They 13-1'd their opponents in the last game and looking to make a very strong statement in this one. Screen's relatively small right now, so I can't tell who's winning on either side.
Oh, we got a pick though.
But a huge pick coming out. But trying to get some retaliations there. Imagine playing Counter-Strike on a screen this small. That'd be very difficult trying to click heads. But they're doing it. You know, thankfully their monitors, their resolution.
There we are.
Big. And now here we are with a huge screen
2-0 lead
coming out. They're taking sight, trying to get the plant. Bomb carrier is behind them. The smoke is up, but they definitely hear the plant. He has the line. I think a little bit more confidence there would have let him take the shot, but it's not going to go through. And I think that's the Saints taking their third game. If I'm going to go, yeah, I can see it. Thank you, Face It. Bottom left.
Face It got us.
Peeking through in the chat, telling us who took that first game. Because yeah, like I said, this is the first time on stream. I've never seen our Counter-Strike Academy roster playing so far, but from what I'm seeing so far, gentlemen, I'm very impressed, and I think you are as well.
Yeah, very
Just looking at your face there, I can see the excitement. So.
13-1, obviously. First game, that's really dominant. 3-0 here. They have the guns. Other team does not have any guns. Should be a pretty easy round for St. Clair.
It's going to be a rough time.
Yeah, full AKs, full buys coming out for the Saints, and nothing but pistols coming out for their opponents here. It's going to be a big pickup. Starting off things, we got Hunter Scoop picking up Fahrenheit. Now they're going to be trying to push onto B side, and they're just going to face no resistance. They're going to get their smokes and nades, utilities out, mollies out through as well. Watching heaven, watching every angle. Just even spraying down. JB is going to get a pick up as they go through, but Rix is going to find a pick up through the smoke, and that's just going to be very clean for the Saints. A Deagle carrier is trying to get a pick up and is not going to find the mark. JB8 is holding down, taking out his own pistol, and he's going to win that duel thanks to Kijru picking up the wall bang with his AK. Things are looking very good for the Saints, gentlemen. The economy, everything is up, and coming out for their opponents here. It's not going to be too clean. They are going to be able to work with some guns, but it's not going to be exactly everything that they want to see. And right now, it's going to be the next round coming up. Looking more, 1 second left. They're splitting in their defenses. How do you try to make an adjustment? I know you're more of a Valorant guy, Matthias.
I played a little bit of CS.
Yeah.
I know it's similar games. You know, people call it a ripoff, but you know, I'm not gonna say that it's neither here nor there. But now they got guns. They can try and make a play here. It looks like they're going up towards B, trying to find a pick. But I don't think they saw that.
I don't think they saw that either, but West Texas A&M University
doesn't land the shots though. Back off. It's a good spray. I think he landed a couple bullets, but not confirming the kill there. Gonna throw a grenade over there. Molly's gonna block it off though.
I don't think that caught anybody.
Gonna try and counter that with another Molly.
Counter-strike that.
Yep.
Sorry.
New effects are so bright.
Looking like
Used to look
Valorant.
flat, like 2D.
It's so vibrant and just like that headshot. Oh, I was trying to lead into it there because it looked like he was swinging for it
Such
perfectly.
patience, dude.
You know.
He waited.
Oh, but Petro's gonna get him redemption. He's gonna be able to get the kill there. Headshot as they swing out onto site. But West Texas A&M University is not gonna let them take this very freely. They have guns this time. They have courage. They have bravery picking up the headshot, but Petro's going to put him down in retaliation. It's just going to be Munch Chicken left coming up on Heaven. Petro's going to go down finally. That's going to be one of their better.
1-to-1.
He's very low.
1-on-1, the new vibrant dynamic smoke cloud, as Valve would love to showcase. And that's going to be Rick's going to be picking up the last kill on Munch Chicken to take the round 5-0 so far for the Saints. Gentlemen, it's very tough. Very, very tough. And Omega Strikers 3-0'd their opponents previously. You know, it's just our teams are so dominant today. Hopefully the League of Legends teams can pick something up. But right now, our Counter-Strike and our Omega Strikers team just showing us that Academy, they can game, and they can game hard when they really get a chance to show it off.
Yeah, if they win this round, you know, their economy is going to be through the roof, and if they win this round, it's going to be really big for them. They still have money on top. They have the op on one member of the team.
Ooh, that's a nice option. Too bad he didn't get a kill with it. But
He will right here.
yeah, you think so? You're confident, Theo. I like that coming up from you.
Well, we
You're
can see
making
through the
calls.
walls, so I saw
Yeah,
someone was
true,
about
true.
to peek, but
A little style over substance here with this op, but looking down, long range here, trying to find a pick, but they're not going to peek it.
Oh,
they heard the op
JBH.
shot.
they're scared.
What? Do you think that was a one tap or what? I
One
feel like
tap.
that was a one tap.
I think it
I
was
feel
one
it.
tap.
Yeah, one tap. Nice one tap, JBH. Completely unsubstantiated claim, but I'm going to make it anyways. Another one tap for JBH. Incredible. He's just going crazy today. On the other side of the map here, the A push rather is going to come out. As you can, I don't play Overpass at all. Whenever I play with my friends, I say, "You want to play Overpass? Are you crazy? We're going Dust 2, baby.
Dust 2, yep.
Dust 2." So A site is going to get smoked out. And we got JBH on the underground coming upstairs here from
he doesn't know
behind.
he's
He
here.
is going to get put down. Oh, was he already that low, or did he get those shots off? That
Oh,
would
he
be
got
crazy.
those shots off, yeah.
Really, that would have been crazy if he got the kill there. Another round for the Saints. Just moving into round 7. And now, again, it's poverty mode for the sides of West Texas A&M University, but they're going to have to keep their heads up high, even though some of their profile pictures are looking pretty low, you know. But still, they're going to have to keep playing, and they're going to have to keep their heads held up high, like I just said, in order to maintain a victory here. But they do have a couple of MP9s coming out. I think they're going to go for the classic, I have no money, but I must kill, rushing down into a site and just hoping to get some pickoffs. Just before the round gets really kicked off.
If you can't win rounds, you got to try and win the economy. But he finds an op shot with the nice skin there. Kaiju gonna find one.
JBH does fall down though to the MP7, MP5, not sure. As Petro gets a
gonna find
headshot.
one.
And the Saints are trying to take control of B, but they might be working their way up toward A slowly. As it's a 3v4 for the Saints. They still have those guns, and they're going to look to take this round.
They
No.
have the guns, but do they have the skills to make this?
I think
I
so.
think so too.
I think so. The Ace
Like
Varsity
that.
Plus division, they only have the best of the best teams
True.
with eyes. You know, you're not on that.
It's a
team.
rhetorical question. Thought
course
you guys would find that out.
Of course, of course. But I think we're going to find out exactly how rhetorical that question was as the rest of this round goes through. 49 seconds left for the Saints to plant. And they
fast
are
with
going to
that.
be pushing out onto A site. The bomb, I think someone is
He knows
holding
he's
it.
there.
I don't know why they haven't played it yet. They did. Getting the pick off with the op. You don't need to get a headshot with the op to make it lethal, but he did it anyways because that was what he saw first. Oh, he was so close to getting the blind shot through the smoke. Coming up from behind though, Parzi, the flashes and smokes are all coming out. So that was crazy. Oh no! Hunter is gonna put him down.
2v1.
Parzi's gonna get revenge for his fallen teammate with the MP9. There's probably so many guns over that he could have picked up. Actually, no. Yeah, no, but you don't want to stay there too long. Rushing up. Oh, he finds the damage, but Petro is going to have just a little bit. His skin's just naturally thick enough to handle the bullets.
I think he was like 1 or 2 bullets away from there.
Oh, one. It was 1 bullet
So,
away.
I think so.
But the AK luckily does a lot of damage.
Yep.
So when you have the AK against the
Lots.
A little
MP9,
more accurate too.
you win that matchup most of the time. So good shots there as the Saints take a 7-0 lead.
I feel like the AK is like the bar for whether or not you can play CS:GO or forgive me, CS2 now. As you get, how could I be mistaken with that new beautiful lighting engine, redone animations, and all the other
Dynamic
stuff.
smoke.
Dynamic smoke. I remember when that.
Oh, that's not a good
so
flash.
angry about that. But it's cool. And I think it is cool. It's really cool. And now what's even cooler, the Saints going to be pushing out onto the A site, throwing out the damage, rather B site. I keep getting that twisted here. But they're throwing out nades. The smokes are going to keep them protected. Vision goes a long way in this game, especially.
Wow, these smokes, they're using these dynamic smokes to full effect.
Ah, look at that, a full wall. I think that's the beauty of competitive Counter-Strike. Oh, the molly goes up just as he flanks out. He's going to have to be forced back out of
the
heaven.
flank, though.
But they're swinging over. It's going to be a quick kill for Rix. And the other member of West Texas A&M University that swung out with him is not going to be lasting too long either. That's just going to be poking through. Oh,
you almost found the pick
I thought
there.
that was a Saints member trying to hold a different angle.
No.
I thought he was specifically trying not to shoot him while he was planting, but I guess he was just missing there. It's not too easy to get a quick and clean shot when you're in such a high intensity situation, so I can't really fault him for that one. But as we head back to multi-view here, we can see that the Academy Saints game is getting underway. And again, if you want to catch any of the action here, you can go to either of these channels to not miss a single moment. You can go to Saints Academy CA2 to watch the CS match, and you can go to Saints Academy CA to follow the League of Legends match.
Yep.
Yes, you are correct. And that information, and just starting out here on the league game, but good wave control, nothing too crazy happening yet, no kills, but on the CS side, what a pick.
Well, that was a one-tap in my books. I don't care. I saw the icon, that was a one-tap. I see an AK, I see a headshot icon.
One
it's a
tap, always.
But he's going to have to try to maintain some discipline here. I know you want to get arrogant. I know you want to go crazy here, JVH, but you got to go slow. Your team's not here yet. He throws out the molly. He has restraint. You can see him inching ever so closer to the corner, but he holds it in. And he stays there. Going to be Deagle one-tap coming out for the side of West Texas A&M University, but Rix is going to pick up the kill. Headshot through the smoke. Just, that's another thing with the icons now. They're not fully accurate when whether or not you can say it's through the smokes or not, because even like over the top, when you can very clearly see it still says it's through the smoke technically. So probably not that situation, but Rix with the quick flick is going to be able to line up the recoil pattern and lay down Munch Chicken as he tries to make his way onto the site. They have nothing but pistols here. The bomb is down, just an AK holding on the other side of the map. He's just going to try to save this gun because they don't have a lot of money left in the bank. He's just going to be holding T-spawn. He's just, there's not much he can do. Yeah, you got to wait for the bomb to find. Yeah, saving the gun. Saving the gun.
I mean, they need to do something, right? They're down 8-0. Even one gun could win them around, someone gets 2-3 picks. So I think it's a good idea to save the gun, but now I know it's looking brutal.
It's looking very brutal indeed, and it's also looking brutal as we head over to the Saints Academy gaming match. I'm not too sure what's brutal about it, but I'm sure something will be brutal about it very soon as we get in. We're 3 minutes and 43 seconds into this match, and we're seeing at least top lane is the same lineup.
But
Darius versus Ornn.
Everything else seems pretty weird, as there's a gank mid, probably won't find too much as the Malphite walks it off. We see a Janna, which we don't see too often in competitive play of League of Legends. There's a fight 2v2 in the river. Everyone looks to survive. They're looking to kill the Talia. They can't. Can they kill the Pantheon? He uses E, tries to get out, gets slowed down, but he will go down for first blood, most likely to the Maokai as the Talia flashes away. Probably gets the 1-for-1 here. There's an Ornn in mid lane flashing on the Malphite. The Talia gets a double kill, and that's huge for St. Clair as the Talia will be ahead. And we have a Yasuo bot lane, which we see very rarely. It's a very high skill champ pick. It's not easy to play. You pair with the Rakan for the knock-up and for the Malphite with the knock-up. And the team fighting on Rensselaer Polytechnic is going to be looking very dirty this match. But
those-
the Talia having the lead against that team comp is very good for them, as she can stop some champs from getting on the backline.
Yeah, those Yasuo Rs are going to be very, very scary coming into the late game here, but he's doing very good wave control, just playing methodically, not pushing up too far yet, because he doesn't have that kill curve, he doesn't have that ult yet, so you can tell he's being a little bit more reserved, just pushing up these waves, being aggressive on the waves, but not too aggressive on the kills.
And if I had to guess how the draft went, was the Yasuo was picked, and then the Pantheon was picked after, and then they decided not to play Yasuo into the Pantheon, as that's a hard counter pick. They decided to pick the Malphite mid and put the Yasuo ball in. So good switch up by them, I think that is. As we have our Varsity Saints on the screen as well in the top left corner. 2 kills to 3, and it's still pretty early into the game.
And my eyes are being drawn to the bottom side of the map, but
Yeah.
they're being drawn top side again, as on the Varsity side of things, Diesel's going to pick up a kill on our mid laner. It's not looking too good for them, but it's looking very good for the Academy Counter-Strike teams, which was initially trying to talk about, but I'm going to go back to talking about the Varsity League team as they lose a
Big
Dragon.
fight.
But a big fight is coming out here. We got Darius wreaking havoc, and Hakai ends up going down there. But just looking at all 3 games, gentlemen, I'm looking at score lines, I'm looking at stats, and I'm seeing one thing sticking out to me like a sore thumb. Our Counter-Strike team is really good.
Yeah.
Yes, but on the side of the Saints Varsity, I think they did take drag there, if I'm
Yeah.
going to believe the graphic.
Oh.
I meant to steal it there.
Hey, you know what? I was following trends, and usually when a Dragon goes down in these last couple of games, it hasn't been our team getting it. So my fault on the assumption there, but I think I'd be safe to assume that the Saints just planted the bomb, since they are on the terrorist side of things for the Counter-Strike match, but we're heading right into the Saints Varsity game. And again, if you want to follow this game on your own, you can go to Saints Gaming CA2, as you see in the link in the bottom left, and watch all the action to not miss a second. Like this action you're seeing right here as Ricky LaFleur goes in, guns blazing on the Jarvan,
big
leaping forward and getting a huge
Big
stun.
shutdown.
That's going to be a shutdown on the side of Gentle Hearts Gaming, and Diesel is going to get pulled right back in. Biscotti is going to be his new target for revenge, but he's going to go down. Biscotti is going to go down as
Oh,
well.
Vex is in.
Leaping
Wow.
forward, there's going to be so much havoc being wreaked
Triple
here. A
Vex.
triple kill
Penta.
being picked up by Zayfrot. It could be a Penta. You're getting a little bit ahead of yourself there, Theo. It's not quite yet. We got to collect at least one more guy die before you say that. I love that. That was great.
He's hoping for it. He's
Penta,
bringing it
Penta,
into
Penta.
existence. Manifestation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get to see them too often, so I get a bit excited when there's a possibility.
Double kill. Penta, Penta.
Yeah. One kill.
One kill. Penta. This is where it starts.
But you know what I see a Penta of? A Penta times 2 plus 1 is the score line for the Saints bottom side of the Counter-Strike 2. 11-0 against West Texas A&M University. JBH making his way on the site in the beautiful flick, getting the kill as he makes his way onto B site. And that's just going to be flawless. But in the top side, gentlemen, you can see some action going on the League of Legends side of things. Zeal's going to take out Maddie, and that's going to be another kill. Biscotti is going to be next to fall. It's not looking very good for the Saints, but in the Academy side of things, it's looking a little bit worse. Solitary skills going to go down to Gold and Ninja, but they are going to get revenge. The shutdown, rather, never mind. That's going to be another one of our teammates going down there. The top side is a very bloody mess up there.
Definitely, it is becoming very crazy. It looks like you have something to say. You want to say, Theo?
No, it's just a couple misplays from the Saints, giving some shutdowns, and they're making the game hard on themselves by making some crucial misplays. As
Unfortunate.
the Yasuo gets a kill in ball lane as well.
Are you seeing any commonalities between, because both of our league teams are struggling here, but do you see any commonalities in their play styles that might be leading to them getting, exploited in their mistakes, or is it just completely different reasons?
I think it's just like tiny mechanical misplays and mechanical outplays on both sides, and they're just not going Sinclair's way. Like a couple flashes, a couple knockups, if those are dodged, Sinclair win these team fights, but that can be fixed, obviously. Mechanics can always be fixed. If they're going for the right play, that's a good thing, and I think in these both games that I've seen so far, they're playing pretty well fundamentally, just making a few tiny misplays, which is becoming the demise.
Yeah, on the CS side, it looks like
CS
they
is
just won
smooth
another
sailing.
round. Yeah, it's total opposite.
Total opposite.
Great mechanical knowledge.
Great
Yes.
Beautiful. They know everything about
oh.
this game. But I'm sad to say this might be the last we're seeing of the CS team for tonight, as this is the game 2 for the best of 3 in the NACE Varsity.
Oh, it's going to be a
Plus
banger right here as
division.
well.
But our CS team looking to tie things up, or not tie things up, take things down. Ghost is actually going to pick up GBH. This could be, we saw
Pistol
13-1 in the last one. This could be the one that West Texas University Varsity wins here, but Hunter Scorp taking a huge dink. He's finally going to get put down, falling down the stairs there. Just slowly but surely he'll reach the bottom. Give it time. That's the beauty of science. But a good pistol fight going out on Lower Park. Trying to find a one-tap from behind, but he gets one tap from behind himself. Fahrenheit. It's not looking too good for the Saints here. Like I said, this could be the one round that West Texas A&M University wins, but this could be a change of history. Oh, he doesn't see him on the left side there, and Fahrenheit is going to pick up the last kill on Rix. It's going to be West Texas A&M University picking up their first round in the series, or game rather.
Yeah, I gotta think. Maybe it's because they've had so much practice with the pistols.
You know what?
They've had so much time
that might be the case. And I think the fact that they have had so many pistol rounds to work with. Honestly, like, I know you're maybe making a joke. I'm being so serious.
Here. Yeah.
I'm being so serious.
I think I'm being a little serious, yeah.
I think that actually plays a big role in that.
You're so used to it, you've mastered it, you know.
Looks like he might be getting cold feet here. Yeah, no, he's just changing his load out there. I thought he was just nervous. I would be nervous too, you know, going out to battle.
Go on, guys.
It's just not too, it's not too scary, and it's going to be a very, very scary match. You don't want to drop any momentum here because this is your life on the line if you're West Texas A&M University. You know, it's so close, but they're going down one by one. Just 2 members left. This could be your life on the line. The Deagle from behind gives Saints the victory. That's going to be another 13-1. Both games we're looking at 26-2 overall. I'm assuming based off of what we just saw, might have been the pistol round that they picked up on the side of West Texas A&M University, but the Saints are going to take the victory overall in the Counter-Strike. Very well done, and I'm very happy to see them have a success.
Yeah, here we're back with the dual league streams, and there's bad Rick Grimes getting a pick right off the back. Basically switch back. On the left side, major team fight happening on the varsity side. Oh, Theo, tell me what's happening here.
It's not looking good for our Saints. Hakai fell, losing the stacks on the Draven yet again, which is, you know, you never want your Draven to die. You lose your stacks. It's a tragic feeling, I can confirm to you, as the Saints are behind a little bit, but they do have that Vex who got that triple kill, and it's going to be on her shoulders to find those picks with ultimates. You know, Maddie always on the Lilia is a threat. Anytime he sleeps someone, it's going to be follow-up as... Yeah, it's looking rough for Saints as they find the Zeri flash ball lane. Can
under tower
Ricky find him as Ricky's playing the Jarvan top? I don't think we spoke about that yet. Not very often we see Jarvan in the top, and usually known as a jungler, but knowing Ricky, he told me this might be a pickup. He might play this game. And
so it's a Lilia jungle.
It's a Lilia jungle. Jarvan top. Either could play either role, but they prefer it that way. There's fighting in the academy team.
Yeah, there's a major fight happening in the academy team right now.
It's not looking good for the Saints.
Gets Rick Grimes. It's not looking good for the Saints. Oh, and there's the Yasuo cleaning up that fight.
Another team fight starting up, though, on the varsity side of things, potentially mid lane is heating up. When you have a lot of Atoms gathering together, if you look at heroes or champions Atoms, they're rumping together, and they're getting a lot of heat. That's going to cause things to start boiling, but I'm making the analogy, and they've already all walked away from each other. So
I mean, it's a dragon fight.
Yeah, Rensselaer Polytechnic going to take that dragon there. And at the same time...
Oh, at the same time, Saints are going to pick up the dragon on the varsity team. Blue team takes the dragon on left. Red team takes the dragon on right. Saints both in sync getting dragons.
Blue team buff.
Blue team buff. Blue side OP.
Honestly. You have a little bit more screen coverage on the top there. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, though. All right, here they are in mid. Oh, it looks like red buff was taken on the left and mid on the right here. It's not looking good, and a tower gets taken on the left. It's like opposite games are having. A little bit of a mirror match here for both Saints teams.
Yeah, I mean, on the right, they have like a more peel comp with the Talia and Janna and Ornn. On the left, we have a more engaged with the Vex, with the Lilia, with the Jarvan, as the Darius might go down in the game, and he takes him down. That's a huge shutdown for that Pantheon. Can they get any objectives off this? No, but there will be a fight bot. Can the Rakan find anything? He ults. It does not find the knockup as there's a TP coming out as they have to run away. There's 2 ultimates used. Will we see an Ornn ultimate here for the 3v3? I don't know if Saints will win this 3v3 because this Yasuo is very fed with that Kraken.
It's looking to be a 3v4 potentially as Malphite makes his way bottom. Actually going to cancel that out. It's either TPing or recalling, but either way, he's going to be making his way back to the bottom side as we make our way back to the multi-game screen, looking at that blue buff being taken on the Gentle Hearts Gaming. Actually, I don't think that was one of our Saints taking that, but either way, way. The contention, the real point of contention here is going to be the Rift Herald. Boschetti is there watching. He's going to have to get out somehow. It's a mission extraction. He's going to get through the mid lane. Nobody's going to catch him here. He has Hakai with him. They're not going to get too brave, or maybe I'm wrong here. This could boil over into something intense, gentlemen.
Yeah, this is gearing up to be a big
big
fight here on the
ultimate.
right, on the Academy side. It looks like Talia finds one there, and then another fight's happening there. He misses the
Darius.
ult, doesn't ride it all the way through, and Darius shuts that down.
He's just going in. 1v4. That might be a bit of an overstay by the Darius. Could they kill him? Do they have the damage? They are not able to find him as he walks away. Oh, huge knock-up Yasuo ult. And Saints look like they're going to get cleaned up. Huge engage by Rensselaer Polytechnics. And they get the cleanup. The Darius is now 6-1. He's going to be an absolute menace in this top lane. Ornn doesn't even have one item yet. This is going to be brutal. Ooh. I think after this back, he's going to have so many items. And it's going to be hard for the Saints to play.
Definitely. It's going to be tough to come back from that. Ooh, can we get a gold update? A little bit of a gold check would be nice going into here.
My vision's not that good. I think I can see
Yasuo goes down.
24.1k on the side of Rensselaer Polytechnic
doesn't.
Institute, 30k for them, and for St. Clair College varsity team, they have 31k to Gentle Hearts Gaming's 32.
Ooh.
My vision is good after all.
Yeah. Great vision indeed. Here we are going back, zooming in on the varsity team. It looks like a big fight is about to start up here.
Yeah, Rift Herald dropped.
Rift Herald dropped. I think it's definitely going to get one slam in.
But the turret will survive.
Yeah, what can they find off of that,
They find
though?
Ricky. He lives.
Oh, he flashes out, yep. And not too much happened there.
Honestly,
Got
yeah. I mean, looking at all
got a
the
little
champions
Rift
there, they hit the tower and like, all right, see you next week, boys.
That's good. You don't want to overextend too much. You don't want to go dive all in on not a great push, but wow, look at that.
Uses a new blast plant with the Chemtech Soul being in this game. Of course.
TP. Oh, he gets dragged out there. Oh, we got
He's
flashes
so
out.
low, though, not going to be able to contribute too much if he goes down here.
Sejuani going in, gets a big stun, gets a big hit in there, but it's not.
A lot of nothing.
Yeah, it's both teams being very cautious,
Very
just poking
cautious.
back and forth, back and forth.
I feel like I'm watching
Oh,
second.
Ricky's going in, but can't find
Oh, he gets
anything.
hooked, but not gonna find anything there. Just gonna look up the push up the wave there. Both teams just playing for that mid turret who pushes up the wave first.
I think their best way to fight it is Maddie lands asleep, Ricky ults in, and then Vex with the follow-up, Draven with the follow-up, Pyke with the ultimate, and they just need to kill a target and get the resets going. That would be the best way to fight. As we have a fight here between Saints, and there's a big
Huge knock-up, 5-man knock-up, and the Ornn ultimate is going to come in retaliation, and they're looking to wipe out the Saints, and it looks like they might have been successful. Only 2 members left standing, and it's the 2, or at least one of them that wasn't there, the Grey Gorilla mid lane, just taking out the turret as fast as they can, and Bloodstains are going to have to walk away from that situation altogether. You got to know when to say, I quit, and that's what he's going to do, leaving the top side.
I mean, you look at the Saints here, they have almost no damage with that team comp. Ricky looks to be under the tier 2 somehow, ends up going down, which is not good for the Saints. But the Dragon is up, which is really not good. They were looking for that soul win condition as there's a TP coming out. Maddie needs to be careful here. Doesn't get the scuttle, and it's probably going to be a Dragon going into Gentle Hearts Gaming unless Hakai can find a pick here in the mid lane. This Alistar, he can't go out once he goes in. Can they find him? No, they can't, as Vex gets absolutely one shot, and it should be a Dragon. Maybe we can find a hook from Boschetti. Can they finish off that Alistar with the Pyke? No, he's not in range, and the Zeri is very low. Maybe Maddie can sleep him. He hits this, but they do not have the Vex ult to follow up, and they'll choose to just give the Dragon, as Maddie didn't have the ultimate. I thought he did it.
That's going to be the first Dragon, though, for Gentle Hearts. Saints played very well in the early game. Just now, Gentle Hearts managing to take the lead here.
Oh, he misses that hook. If that hook hit, that could have been a big kill onto that LeBlanc. But as we look at the gold here, Ricky is down 2,000 gold on the Sejuani. Not looking too good for him, but he's not really, he doesn't need gold on Jarvan. He just needs to hit his knock-up, hit his ultimate, and get in there.
Just needs to play very technically and very, just play well. You don't need the raw damage, you just need to outplay your opponent here. Yeah. Just as I say that, it looks like Rensselaer Polytechnic gonna get another Dragon, their second Dragon for the game here.
Yeah, this game's looking really rough for St. Clair.
They have
They're
half
down 7k gold at 20 minutes. That Yaso is on 2 items. It's going to be hard to stop him. You know, the Talia was fed. Bad Ray Grimes was fed. He was the win con, and he's died 6 times as Ornn gets the shutdown on the Darius. They managed to 3-man him in the top lane. That's a good pickup. That's going to give them some tempo. Maybe if they're really desperate, they start up this Baron, but I don't think they have the damage for it. And in the 4v5, they might still lose. Yeah, I don't think they can do it, as they're just going to drop their mid-tier 1, tier 2, sorry, as it's going to be a big Talia ult. Big engage by St. Clair. Can they take down the Yasuo? Rakan's 1 HP. He goes down. Yasuo's on 1 HP. He goes down as well as the Malphite ult goes out onto Talia, but does not find him. They're on the Malphite. Can they clean him up? If they kill him, it could be a Baron. That's 3 kills for St. Clair, and they're going to move their way to this Baron. Hopefully, they can do it in time.
Great picks by St. Clair. A couple of them are pretty low, so it might be tough taking this Baron here. And
there's a big fight here as Vex takes out Belveth. Maddie in there on the Lilia. It's a 1-for-1, but Hakai is free hitting this whole time. He has that lethal tempo stacked up. Can he get the last hit on that? No, he can't, as Sejuani lives and Zeri gets out. Oh, that LeBlanc is on 1 HP, just managed to get out. Look at the HP bars of General Hearts Gaming. Truly heartbreaking for Hakai. He doesn't collect anything with the collector, but he gets the tier 1.
Gets the turret.
Yeah, and that's some gold in the pocket of St. Clair. You know, they're down 1.7k gold, but they're down 7 kills, so they're macroing pretty well. Can he get the kill on the Zeri? No, he cannot.
So close there.
He hits the first stick, but not the second, and yeah, I mean, Sejuani here has a huge shutdown. She's being a huge tank on the front line. It's hard for Hakai to break through her because he only has Collector and Trinity first, but now picks up the Last Whisper, so now he will start doing real damage to those tanks, and he will be a big reason if they win and come back in this game.
Yeah, definitely someone to look out for here. It looks like we're going for a little bit of a reset, but it looks like there's going to be an engage on the supports here, mid. He's chasing him down, but he gets the vision. He engages there, but he has his teammate to back him up there. LeBlanc is going in there.
And that's a kill.
That is a kill confirmed on Boschetti there. That is not what you want to see if you're St. Clair College.
I mean, that LeBlanc is 3-1 and 11, 14 kill participation out of the 18. Absolutely dominating in the mid lane. Going for the Everfrost Banshees build, the more defensive build. Usually we see the static shiv split push LeBlanc, but we don't see it this game.
We started Baron.
They're trying the Baron, but there's a TP coming out from Ricky. Can he get a big engage here? You know, they can.
They have a chance.
He's gonna be going in. We all know it. A Sejuani ult misses on Maddie. That's really big, as Hakai is going to be hitting a little bit. Gonna stack up the lethal tempo. The Baron's dropping really low. Maddie's gonna look for the steal. They're in there. They kill the Belveth. They have the free smite if Maddie can get in there. And Vex steals it. There's a huge big fight on the Baron as J4 goes down to the LeBlanc, but it's looking good for the Saints. They kill the Zeri. The LeBlanc and the Sejuani get out, and it's just in the mid lane. Alistar probably going to get picked up too. Huge hook by Boschetti. And who are they going to give the kill to? Maddie will probably pick it up, and that's a huge team fight win for St. Clair. Pick up the Baron. They're going to be up in gold after this Baron.
I feel like they're going to make a push here down mid. Going to take at least a tower, maybe another. Maddie's stealing the jungle right now, making to starve them out of any XP and gold. They want to try and recover from this. They just back. They get out.
Right in front of them.
Scot-free. Get a free push, and now they're up gold, so they can buy those nice items.
Yeah, they want to keep that buff as long as they can. They don't want to give it up unnecessarily by dropping any foolish deaths. So they just recoup, go back to the base, recall, and looking to get better and just come back stronger than ever. But after such a huge recovery, looks like the Saints, you know, they might be able to bring that to a game 3 on the varsity side.
I mean, on this side as well, it's looking like a closer game. Only a 3k goal difference as the Talia is fed yet again, 8 and 6 on that Talia. The Ornn is 2 items as well. He'll be nice and tanky. Pantheon 2 items. Kaisa, you know, scales so well, and the Janna will always be there for Peel. I think Saints are doing a great job of coming back into this game.
Yeah, I think they can bring it back here on the varsity side. On the academy side, however, it's a pretty close game as well. They are down quite a few towers, but they got a Drake. They're coming back. And it's not hopeless. You know?
Oh, it's far from hopeless. There's going to be a huge drag fight in about 30 seconds. And I think Saints should fight it, as their Talia is very fed. They can find picks very easily. But it looks like the Janna's going to back, and they might just give this one up. They don't want to throw the whole game on one dragon if it's not needed. You know, it's the 3rd dragon. It's going to be soul point. But St. Clair look like they might want to stay and fight this. They have absolutely no vision, so it's going to be very risky walking into anywhere, and they're just going to give up the Drake, farm up the lanes, and try and save the resources for something bigger.
I'm going to try and pitch off the Darius mid here, though, and I think they're going to get vision off the plant there, but not going to get there in time, and Rensselaer Polytechnic might be able to punish here. They're not going to overextend, though. They're going to play it safe and get out of here. Regroup with that Darius, and, just play it safe and take this lead. If they get Soul, I think they're in a very, very good spot here.
Yeah, that Hectech Soul is absolutely insane. It's so good. It has that slow on the passive. It makes the game so hard to play. So Saints in 5 minutes time will be fighting that dragon. Absolutely, they cannot give it. As we're going back to both screens, Dragons tied up 2-2 for the St. Clair varsity team. After that Baron, they looked to have a free dragon, but maybe it got stolen away.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah, Gentle Hearts game was able to steal the dragon from the St. Clair Saints in their dragon fight. We weren't able to see it,
Ricky's going in onto the Zeri. They kill the Zeri. That's a huge kill to start off the fight. They're going to look to chase down the Alistar. The Alistar can't really get out, but he's super tanky. Can they kill him? They hit the hook. Is he going to flash away? No, he's just in there. They seem to have forgotten about him as he flashes out, and I think he's going to live. Maddie's, though, he's really quick on this Ilya. He's going to look to chase him down. And he's going to kill the Alistar, I think, with the burn passive as he does. And now they can find a pick in the middle of Sejuani. He misses the ult. That's a big kill for Hakaya. And they might look to end the game here. They're strong in numbers here. They don't have good wave clear with as Ricky hits the knockup.
Wow.
And it's a stopwatch, but surely they're going to kill the LeBlanc after this tease. And it's looking like an end here.
Yeah, they might get an end. They're going to definitely get an inhib for sure.
I think the turrets can fall fast enough.
Yeah, I don't think they want to chance it. I think they're gonna put it all to end the game right here. It's just Zeri and Belveth alive. Ricky can be that tank, hit the knockup on the J4. They're just hitting turrets. They're not even trying to kill them, as the Nexus will be going low. They're looking for the fight. The Nexus is 2 hits away from going down, and that's going to be game 2 taken by St. Clair. We're going to be going to a game 3.
Ooh, that's very exciting indeed. We're going to be here locked in for a long one, but while we have this here, we're going back to the Saints game, which they might be able to bring this to a game 3 as well. This Baron is going to be a very decisive fight here. Drag is up. They are down 2 drags. They're down gold. It is not looking good. They're also down kills in the stream.
Also downstream.
Died right as we were going into the crazy fight.
Oh, it was going to be a big dragon fight.
I could see. I saw it in your eyes.
Something big was going to happen.
It's like a dog looking at steaks.
But I guess we'll never know.
For that. I hope we will know. I'm very confident that we will eventually get to see what happened there. But, as we come back, as we're waiting for potentially technical difficulties being resolved, we're, left with the question of how that's going to turn out. But there's only questions that we can answer. And that one answer I can give you, gentlemen, is the varsity team won a game. That was going pretty rough for them initially, but they turned it around, Tell me about that.
I think they're going to be really hyped up after that game. They were looking down and out early in the game. The Draven falls a couple of times, loses all his stack. As a Draven player, you just want to rip your hair out after that happens. But they managed to stay focused mentally in there. They managed to find those picks, find that Zeri, get the resets, get the team fight going, and they pick up game 2. Truly well played. I think going into game 3, they're going to be riding that wave of momentum, and they're going to be able to play really well in this game 3.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And if we're reviewing games, I want to talk about that CS game. What a sweep from our CS team, the Academy team even, playing very, very, very well. The 13-1. You always got to lose that one pistol round. It happens. But, I know you're a big fan of CS.
I love CS.
What do you think they're doing right?
I think we didn't get to see too much of those games, but what I did see is every time they took a site, it was done decisively. I feel like any time a team tries to take a site and they're not all in it, they're not all with their heads in the game, if somebody's throwing a molly and the other guy's throwing a flash and then 2 guys are going off the other site, it falls apart, which sounds like a very beginner level, very soft thing to consider, but when everybody is so on the same page, it makes it very hard for anybody to resist and push back against those defenses. But the Counter-Strike team playing so well, and with that being said,
they're playing amazingly, honestly.
They played
2 rounds and 2 matches. I mean,
I think maybe not going to be Academy for long.
Yeah, I'm excited to see them play more. CS is going to pop off in popularity once again with this new update. So it's a little controversial. I know CS players like to stick with the old, like the a little change adverse, but aren't we all? New things are good, just like this game day. New, it's a little bit of an adjustment, but you know, we're ironing out the kinks here. You know, a little mistake here or there, but it's bound to happen with something new.
Yep, but when something new, something that's not very new at all, something as old as time itself is breaks, which is what we're going to take it to just now. But don't go anywhere. We'll be seeing you very soon with more Saints Game Day.
To game 3 here, St. Clair College versus Gentle Hearts Gaming. I'm Matthias Talbot. Here's Theo, ready to take us away with our game knowledge.
Yeah.
What is the lineup here today?
Well, we got Ricky, Maddie, Zofrat, Hakai, and Biscotti. They have the Gragas top, the Poppy in the jungle, the LeBlanc in the mid, Kaisa and Nautilus in the bot lane. And, Ricky said he was going to play that Gragas. I just want to yell Bomba at least one time.
And he's playing it.
He's playing it. And then we get to see a Maokai top, Ivern, the tree duo. As there's a gank coming bot lane, they have to be careful here. But, Rakan goes in. If he gets hooked here, he could go down. Oh, misses the hook, Biscotti. It's dangerous for him now. Misses the feathers on the Zaya.
Maddie's still here, though.
Should be able to get out. And, the Zaya Rakan lane, always been known to be a great lane. Good in basically everything. Kiting, going in. But Hakai is 2-1 on the Kaisa. Managed to get ahead a bit. And there's a bit of trading in the mid lane, but not too much going to happen as there's going to be a 3v3 in the bot lane. Ivern's here. Poppy's here. Poppy flashes. Doesn't get the stun into the wall. The feathers miss. Maddie's going to go down, though. Doesn't able to find anything with that E, and that's a big kill for the Zaya, getting them back into the game a little bit. They're low on the HP. They might look for a dive, but they might opt to not do it. Let's see what the Ivern's up to. Just chilling in lane so far, taking some XP for himself.
Poor Theo, they didn't want to give you a break. They were just back to back to back, wasn't it? I'll take over a little bit here. Just to talk about the state of the game. We're going in 7 minutes. 2-3. Things are looking, honestly, a little bit better for the Saints considering how the last couple of games have been going. It might not have had the exact same score lines or stat lines or kills, but it definitely felt that they were chasing down a lot of aggression on the side of Gentle Hearts Gaming. But now, Saints, they have a little bit of breathing room. They have a little bit of room to kind of evaluate, play a little bit slower, conservatively, and try to get themselves into a state where they can really pull together and find something that they can really set their feet on and build a foundational game plan on.
Will they find them with the bush cheese? Saints have to be careful here. Doesn't seem like too much is happening, but they're still quiet. Saints have no clue they're in here. They might suspect it, but they don't see them on vision.
I mean, where else would the bottom duo be?
Could be back in base.
No.
Could be.
No, they have to know. It's
they
the only one that they don't have vision of.
Oh, Biscotti's on vision.
Ooh, the knock-up.
Oh, it's going to look rough for the Saints here.
Yeah, that's going to be a kill for the Zaya there. But I don't think they're going to get the second one. Just going to push up wave. Nice little punish there. Big hit from the Kaisa there, but they're going to get out. Ricky going to move down and finds a fight in the bush.
I mean, this top lane, there shouldn't be any kills happening. Both tanks, both super sustainable in lane, have healing from both their passives. But Diesel does have a kill on Ricky. I don't know if it was a solo kill or a gank. Hakai gets hit.
There. He's playing very aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, the Zaya is he's going to back right with the Zaya. Obviously, that pairing is so strong. He can go poke out back and have the 2-second recall timer, which is very strong. Zaya picks up the Kraken Slayer in base. This bot lane is going to be hard to play for St. Clair now.
Yes, looks like Gentle Hearts are up kills right now, but St. Clair is going to close out Rift here. They have got 3 players guarding it. I don't think that's going to gear up for any kind of seal. They don't have any vision there either. And now, Ricky going to go back up top lane. Try and contest Diesel there. Is that his name?
Diesel.
It's Diesel, yeah.
Diesel.
Engine.
Revving up and the intensity for this game. Things are slow. Things are quiet right now, at least relatively, still. But as things heat up a little bit mid, we could see some claws coming out. We could see some deaths. But topside, Ricky and Diesel just trading blows, as you always want to see. Ricky's one of the Saints' foundational players. It feels like sometimes he's always where the action is.
It's a free dragon. They can't contest it. They have no vision. But they did get the Rift Herald for that play. So, Gentle Heart's going to look for that scaling with the dragon. St. Clair want to get the gold right now with the Rift Herald.
It's a huge play in the early game. I would even say I'd prefer to get Rift in the early game.
Yeah, a lot of teams do prioritize it. As there's a fight in the mid lane. Ooh. He has to be a little bit careful here. Ivern with the flash Q misses. That's a big cooldown. But well played by Zefrost.
while we're looking at this game right now, gentlemen, I like calling you guys gentlemen. Gentlemen.
Yes, we're much more professional.
Yes,
Here we
absolutely. While we're looking at
wow.
this game here, we have Maddie coming bottom, going through the charge. We have Biscetti going forward, but Hakai just narrowly misses the kill onto Pocus.
Oh, it's
Maddie
dangerous.
is being a wall, but this wall is easily getting scaled. Biscetti throwing out his life for Hakai as he is taking the bullet for Mr. President. Both supports go down in the bottom side, and the jungler rather, but Hakai is going to be able to get out of that. Biscetti quite literally saved his life there, and that was beautiful to see.
He did. He died for a better cause, but it's still bad for St. Clair as I can't tell the name of the Zaya, but the Zaya is 5-2 now. Absolutely. Inoribu, there you go. Absolutely fed on the Zaya.
All right, guys, I'll be your eyes.
Perfect.
All right, thank you.
And you can see on the side of General Hearts Gaming, picking up 2 Merc Treads as a lot of damage on St. Clair is AP. Kai'Sa is even... She has to build full AD, but she's a champ that likes to build AP with the Gragas and LeBlanc. They need that AP. You can see the Hex Drinker first item for Jace, which is not very common, but with so much AP on the side of St. Clair, Hakai is going to need to be doing a lot of damage on this Kai'Sa. They need to play around bot lane a little bit more, get him a little bit more fed, otherwise fights are going to be really hard for them.
Definitely, they have the work cut out for them here, as we see. He's going mid here, just going to push up the wave. Yeah, I think General Hearts are in a really good spot here. They're up kills, they're up gold.
Oh, he missed the cannon.
Oh, what?
Jace missed the cannon.
Tragic. Honestly, I think the game might be over.
At your reaction,
Game might be over.
Man, it's unfortunate you couldn't see it. Like, if you didn't hear what Theo said, you would have thought he said something absolutely tragic. He looked devastated that he missed the cannon. That was wonderful.
I thought you just heard some really bad news there about it.
Oh, TP ball
It
lane.
is bad news. It could be really bad news if you're the Saints. Hakai is in danger. Diesel's chasing him down. Biscetti is just stomping through
This
the
could be
wake.
good.
This could be very good, but good for who, Theo?
Ricky.
Good
now
for
Ricky's
who?
coming in.
Maddie charging in with the wall up. Nobody's dashing out. Pakas is so low. Ricky LaFleur almost getting the kill. Diesel has to flash into the Dragon Pit.
Zion
He's
ult.
gonna escape the onslaught, but Inori Boom is going to take out Ricky in a flash of brilliance, but it's not over yet. It actually just might be as Andrea and Anridel takes out Maddie and a very...
Sephiroth gets
but
punished,
Sephiroth- oh no! So close! Almost got the retaliatory kill, but he is going to get put down. Gentle Arts Gaming taking that fight overall.
Yeah, Sephiroth went for the flank there. He flashed through drag, trying to find a couple of the people who were low, but that just got turned around and got pinched there. Was lurking a little bit too long there.
Ooh, Nelly.
Ooh. Things are heating up once again in the bot lane, already pushing up a major wave.
Zaya has ultimate, so this is a risky engage. They try to turn it back around. Hakai living on 1 HP, but they're going to surely look for a dive as the...
Almost got out
here,
there.
but they pick up the support.
Your
Biscuit
ADC
goes
is
down.
gone like 13 minutes into the game.
Yeah, I mean...
Can you
gotta-
lose?
You can,
Yeah?
but it's a Zaya, which makes it way harder because she just presses R, survives all that engage.
Like your
and-
optimism.
Yeah.
It seems like early game has been won out by Gentle Hearts Gaming here. They have it's 2-11, not looking good for the early game here. But just as I say that, looks like another fight is going out mid. We see the rift come out from St. Clair College.
I don't think
Will
it's
it
gonna
find the
crash.
slam? I don't think so.
I don't
The wave
think
wasn't
so.
pushed up.
Maybe. No.
Well, maybe it gets taken down last minute by Aaron.
That's very bad.
Gentlemen.
there.
Oh, one thing I do remember I wanted to bring up a little bit earlier, there's a whole gentleman point, is we didn't get to touch too much on the draft here, and at the state of the game that we're in right now, I wonder what you guys think might play into either team's draft's favor, more or less.
Well, this game, General Hearts Gaming has a very, very solid draft with the Maokai top, with the tank Maokai, very important, not AP, so he's really tanky. Got the Iron buffing up the Jace and the Zaya, and then you have the Rakan for the Peel. I think it's a very balanced team comp, can fight front to back, can fight on the dive very well.
Well, Sephiroth went in there. Flashes out though.
Can't get too much. And then St. Clair, I don't think it's a very good draft. I'm going to be honest. They have the AP Gragas, the AP LeBlanc, but I don't think they have enough damage to kill General Hearts Gaming. I don't know where they could find the damage from at this point in the game.
At this point in the game, it's not looking too good. They need to start getting those dragons and maybe playing for long game because the early game has surely been lost unless they can find some major kills here. And looks like Diesel was pushing up very hard. There's the second dragon coming up, but it looks like Gentle Hearts is gonna take that one once again because I don't think Saints have any vision there. Well, but Maddie knows they're probably taking it. He's got some people lurking in his jungle. He's gonna grab the red buff, but just like that, Dragon is taken for Gentle Hearts once again.
And
2-11, 15 minutes in, Theo. Tell me what you're thinking.
It's brutal. General Hearts Gaming, you know, like it's going to be a really tough game. The thing is, they also scale incredibly well. It's not like they really have a really early game team comp. They have the Iron, which scales, the Xayah, which scales, the Jace, which scales. So getting these dragons is going to be absolutely big for them. Playing for that soul is going to be a win con for sure. St. Clair looked to pick up the Rift Herald, but there might be a fight after he hits this plant. Let's see what they opt to do. They're way stronger if this fight pops off.
I feel a storm coming, gentlemen. I feel a storm coming. This could be a huge fight coming up, but the Rift Herald's not long for this world, so it's not going to be boiling over just yet, as the Saints are going to be retreating. But somebody is pressuring just a little bit. LeBlanc is harassing in the mid lane, but they are getting closer and closer to the turret. Hopefully, there can be some resistance as Zephyros tries to hold them back. Sorry, Zephyros, Kai is holding the turret and seeing if they can get the offense, but they have the pull. They're pulling them in, they're pulling them back, and Hakai is so low. And Oribu almost takes him down, but not quite. He is
big shutdown.
But Maddie shuts down the opponent, Henry and Dell. The golem is huge, but the golem must fall. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And that's going to be another Saints hold. They are going to keep this mid turret still standing strong.
They were so close to getting that 1,000 gold shutdown on the Xayah. Hakai on 1 HP, a couple more autos would have done it, but it was a really good attempt. If they can get that close, they can close the gold lead a little bit and have a more even fight. I think they could bring this back with just purely their mechanics.
Definitely. They are playing very, very well here in the mid lane. They're pushing up. They're just playing well on every single lane, you know. They're just complete dominance on drag. All they're losing is Rift here, but the Saints unable to find much use of the Rift. The first Rift they got, unable to even get the slam in. And just as I'm saying that, the tower is broken down mid for the Saints. They have a lot to come back from here.
The guy looked beside himself there for a second, just, oh, what do I do? What do I do? Going back and forth. But, you know, he's going to have to recover. He's got to get his head back in the game. But it's not going to be too easy. Losing your middle turret is going to be, like, it's always a huge deal in the game. It kind of sets the momentum, and losing that gives you a lot of gaps that you need to fill with vision and with rotations, because just having that open. But speaking of rotation, speaking of having it open, Ariandel is going to be finding Zephyros in the bushes in the jungle. The illusion is going to walk up. Zephyros is going to stay where he is, though, but pushing up the side of Gentle Hearts Gaming. They are rotating over to cut off the Saints, but the Saints are going to be able to retreat. They're not going to get too caught out here. The gate is going to keep him up there. Ariandel is going to be able to retreat, but the Saints still trying to hold, and they're actually getting cut off. The Gentle Hearts Gaming, the roots are coming, doesn't catch anybody, but even the threat alone is scary enough. They are going to be able to escape, however.
Yeah, it's a really rough spot for St. Clair. You see, they're scared to even walk into their own jungle. The Maokai just ults, forces them out. And, I mean, the LeBlanc into the Jace, you could see how little damage the LeBlanc with Everfrost doing as they find the Jace on the side lane. Could they maybe get a kill here?
They catch him
flash forward, but they don't know that the Ivern is there, but the Poppy ult is big. Can he get the shutdown on the Jace? And he does, and there's a fight in the mid lane. There's a big TP coming out bottom of mid lane. They get the hook on the Xayah. Could they get the 1k shutdown here? Is she going to look for a flash? Big shutdown for Gragas. Gets a 1k bounty. Can they clean this up? Hakai on 1 HP, living, looking to get as many else out, but he dies. But Poppy is going to get the cleanup probably. Everyone's on 1 HP. It's so close. Ivan goes down to the Gragas. 2 kills for the Gragas. The Gragas is full HP still. Maddie is not looking to go down. He lives. Gragas looking for a 3rd kill onto the oh, he gets away. But there's a TP coming in. Absolute chaos.
Absolute chaos. Ricky is so low, but Maddie is here, going charging him into the wall. Diesel is so low. Pockets is going down as well, but Healing is still standing strong. The burst fruit, he's gonna get swatted out of the air by Ricky. You're not going anywhere, son. But oh my goodness, what a hell of a fight.
They can kill him.
And they're trying to get him. Ariandel has been such a thorn in the side of the Saints, but you're not going to be able to find him. No mark on him just yet, gentlemen. That was absolutely insane.
That was amazing. The fact that he got out after all of that, he was so in danger there. That was amazing.
I couldn't agree. I don't know. Yeah. What do you say to that? That was crazy.
Absolute chaos. My brain might have exploded in some places during the middle of that fight, but St. Clair managed to close the gold lead just a little bit. TP coming out from Maokai onto the mid lane here. They're going to be setting up for this 3rd dragon, and it's going to be hard for Saints to walk in, but they did get a lot of gold on that Gragas. Ricky on 2 items now, maybe looking for an engage. No, he has to get out. If he gets caught here, it would be absolutely absolutely brutal. Has to stopwatch it, but they're all over him. He's going to probably try and flash out, looking for an engage. On the back line, Zephyr doesn't find anything. There's a Poppy ult. Maybe they look to engage here as they knock him out, but they don't find anything, and it's going to be hard for St. Clair to walk in now. As Rakan goes in, gets the Nautilus. Nautilus is going to go down instantly. He's still alive, actually. Ricky at 1v3 is not looking too good as he goes down. Nautilus goes down, and it looks like it's going to be a third dragon for Gentle Hearts Gaming. Rakan with the ult, kind of just use it at the end of the fight. Dances around a little bit, maybe showboating a little bit. Oh my goodness, can they find the kill on him? Hits the chain, but doesn't do too much damage. And it's going to be a third dragon going over to Gentle Hearts Gaming.
I'm still stuck on that last fight. I'm being honest. I'm still stuck on that. Guys, like Theo is a very cool, calm, and collected individual. That was the most shook I've ever seen him personally speaking. What do you guys think the long-standing effects of that fight is going to be? Like, there were so many critical moments there that really I feel like could change the state of this game in ways that we can't really imagine. But anything that you guys have coming to mind?
I feel like if something was going to change, we would have seen it happen already. You got to capitalize on those advantages when you have it, and they just couldn't really find another good team fight here. As I say, as things are starting to heat up, people are walking in each other's jungles. But anyways, Gentle Hearts Gaming just securing those dragons is going to probably secure them the win in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, talking about the draft one more time, Jace and Maokai known to be as a very, very overpowered duo. If you get control of the Dragon Pit, throw out those saplings everywhere in the bushes. Jace just EQ, takes down their HPs. By the time you see the enemies, everybody is on 1 HP, and it's really hard to play into.
It's very difficult, but it's not impossible, Theo, and that's all that matters is can you do it? The Saints should theoretically be able to find a way to make it work, and I think that's what they're cooking up here. Ricky LaFleur has been such a huge engine for the Saints in these team fights, getting picked out in that last engagement in the jungle, but still, in that previous team fight, he was absolutely capital, quintessential, capital R Ricky, making it absolutely necessary for them to have them. Right now, he's not present, so the Saints probably aren't going to try taking an initiation here, but they might try to find a way to get him up.
And I don't know if I like this LeBlanc build, the Everfrost into the Voice Staff, but there's a fine middle. Diesel's on the backline. Hakai has to burn his ult and his cleanse. They're still looking deep for him. They flashes away. Poppy finds a stun on the mid lane.
Huge stun.
Ricky Bomba, 4-man, but they can't. They just don't have the damage to follow up. Everyone's at full HP. We just saw a huge ultimate coming out and nothing died.
The only person that died was Biscotti?
Exactly. I mean,
that felt weird.
On Nautilus, it's like you throw your hook, if it lands, your team has to follow. If you miss, you die. And there's no running away on Nautilus. So easy for them to chase him down, and it's going to be a Baron coming out from Gentle Hearts Gaming. Unless St. Clair find a steal by some miracle, they might be looking for it. Ricky's going back in with the Everfrost. Still going to be a 5-5 here. Poppy, huge stun onto the Rakan, but he lives on 1 HP. Ricky picks up, but Ricky goes down. Trade 1-for-1. Still going to be probably a Baron for Gentle Hearts as they're going to maybe look for another turn here.
Without Ricky, it's very hard.
Yeah, St. Clair just don't want to give this up, but they might have to as Diesel is just so tanky. Goes in on the Poppy. The Poppy is going to go down. Hakai needs to run for his life. And maybe could get a kill back.
No, Ariandel taking that charge shot. It's not going to land onto his mark just quite. In fact, they're backing off the Baron to keep pursuing the kills. They find Hakai. He's going to go down in the middle lane. Following up next is Biscotti, the recently resurrected. And Zephyr charging through the jungle, trying to find an escape. The burst through so close. And in one fell swoop, the Saints are exterminated by Gentle Hearts Gaming, not playing so gently anymore. And they turn their attention back to the Baron, taking it out. They want to cement this advantage, and they want it full. Every single one of them is alive. They're all getting this buff.
Yeah, this might be the nail in the coffin for St. Clair.
Ricky's going for it.
Unless Ricky,
the ultimate.
I feel it.
He needs to win this here, but they get Baron anyways, and they're going to get the fast back all the way back to their Nexus. Gear up for one, probably final push here.
I would have
to take a guess.
I would have given Ricky the hardest, most loudest, aggressive high five of all time if he got that. Sorry, Matthias, continue what you're saying.
It's all good. They're all pushing down mid lane. They're looking to make this an ARAM game. They are ignoring their lanes. Just as I say, they're going to go do a quick jungle clear and get their stats up for this final push. But it looks like that. Saints are going for a pincer move right there. They get stunned up. Big stuns happening all around. The Maokai ult comes out, but just like that, Gentle Hearts flips the script and manages to get a double kill right there.
Zephyr going in. He doesn't want to let this go down, but he is going to have to go down with a huge amount of damage from Noriboom. That's going to be a double kill for the ADC of Gentle Hearts Gaming. And in the bush, they find him. Paucus not wanting this to go down just yet. Get me Biscotti. Get me Biscotti. I want my my Biscotti. They get him, they put him down, and even in the
Bomba.
middle lane, they find Ricky flipping through the air, slamming down the hammer. Only just a little bit of time left Ricky has in this world. That's the second ace, picking it from Gentle Hearts Gaming. With all Baron buffed, they're all just going to charge down, even running past the turret.
They have no
They
wave.
know what's next. They don't even need it. They can just keep hitting the turret, right? No, they
No,
don't.
they can't.
They got
They're just gonna go get the Dragon Soul.
Fair.
You know, play it safe. You don't want to risk just throwing the game with such a big advantage. You know, they're up almost 20 kills, which you don't see every game. But they're just gonna take tier 2 bot, tier 2 top, tier 2 mid, get a lot more gold, get the Dragon Soul. It's looking close to impossible for the Saints, but nothing is ever impossible.
Next engagement could spell the end for the Saints, depending on how it goes, of course.
I mean, they could
Maddie
find a pick here.
popping the vision, throwing out the shield, and behind him is Hakai and Biscotti. They all want a taste of Ivern walking down, throwing out the golem just to be a distraction.
They might
Get over
overchase here,
he
though.
says. Zayfrog coming through the river, though, seeing if he can find anything. But Maddie is bearing the brunt of this burden. He finds, dashes in, he gets the leash on, but it's not going to be enough. The roots are coming out. The golem finally goes down, but that doesn't mean it's going to be easy, sending him for a trip. Diesel, the Maokai, is being sent to the jungle. He's going to have to use the burst route, but the Poppy, Maddie goes down to Ariandel. They have to continue this, but Maokai back in the fight after that brief trip by Maddie, throwing out the barrels. Reiki just has, all he can do is slow down this assault coming out from Gentle Hearts Gaming. Not going to really be able to stop it. Hakai is here, though. He's going to have a little bit of confidence, but a TP is coming in. Pocus and the rest of the Gentle Hearts Gaming crew, they're not stopping their assault. Diesel is back in the action, throwing out the saplings, throwing out whatever he needs to throw out in order to get this done. And it looks like this could potentially be the end. I would bet everything I have that the Saints are most likely going to go down here, but they're not going to go down without a fight at the very least. If there's anything the Saints have, it's fight, and they're going to keep giving it as long as they can.
Yeah, but with the tower going down, things are not looking good. They're going out for one last dish effort here, and they managed to not get a kill there. They're getting picked off, but they're giving it their all. The lady
jeez.
comes out. Oh, Norwood gets one. Norwood
Doesn't
gets two,
take
and that.
damage.
Wow, look at that damage there, getting the double kill. And just like that, they're just dropping like flies here. Biscotti has left the game a little bit early. He knows it's over, and that is going to be
Penta.
it.
Penta.
Will the Penta come out here?
No.
Will he get it?
No,
And he
he
does
won't.
not get it. The final tower falls. It's all down to Zephyros here to put up one last fight. They might be a little push.
Hakai.
Last push
He's had
off.
enough.
And that's how you know it's over.
Oh, Quadra?
Oh,
Biscotti's
Biscotti
back.
reconnected.
He saw the
He's
Quadra
back.
kill. He's back.
He's back. He regained faith.
The Penta, it's not over yet.
No, Ivern.
Zayfrog, but it's not
Oh, he's out.
exactly.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
No, he is out. He's out of this life. He's just showing off his skill a little bit there. Biscotti, left a little bit early, but he's back. where it
The
matters.
base. Why are you TPing out of base? The minions are about to end. Ricky looking
Oh,
for
that's
the
why he's
flank on
TPing out of the
Ivern.
base, finding the
Oh,
Ivern,
no.
trolling through, but he's not gonna
Bomba!
find it.
Oh,
Bring
there it
him
is.
back
There
here.
it is.
Can he escape? I don't think so. They're at least going to get the kill, committing the golem, but
Please
it's
kill
not
him.
going to be enough as they are going to eventually be able to take down the Ivern, right?
Please kill him.
Right?
There's
Right?
no-
Come on.
Right? You can take him down. No! Ivern gets out like it's nobody's business. And in fact, Ricky looks to be in trouble as the rest of Gentle Hearts Gaming has recuperated and throwing their attention on him. But wow.
If that's,
Wow.
if that's a solo
They're-
queue game,
They're
that's,
going for the soul.
Oh,
They're padding out the stats.
it's rough. If that was a solo queue game, that's a FF instant 5
Oh,
votes.
yeah, 100%.
Oh, but it's rough for the Saints. Soul gets taken. They have no more turrets, just one inhibitor and a Nexus. That's all they have. It's going to be a really hard fight, down 10k gold for them to win.
Yeah, this is looking like the last final push here. The last two weren't it.
Oh,
This
Maokai.
certainly-
He's in there.
He's in there.
1v4.
And he's still alive. That kind
Takes-
of is a really big problem when he's in the middle of your entire team. They just don't have the damage. They don't have the resources. They don't have enough of anything to take him down even still. And all he can do is keep going and keep getting the roots and keep getting massive damage from Ariandel. Maddie goes down. Hawkeye's next. And it's going to be a double kill. It's going to be Biscotti leaving the game again, but this time with merit as the
Triple.
Nexus is going down. A triple kill to end it off for Ariandel and to end it off for Gentle Hearts Gaming. That's going to be game 3 for this match, and what a match it was.
Yeah, quite exciting action on the Rift. Went all 3 games, but the third one wasn't too close. Saints managed to crawl back in game 2. Game 3, they fell behind early and never managed to come back.
Yeah, Diesel being an absolute engine of the team there, getting all the roots when he needs them. Got to go for the puns, got to go for the dad
My
jokes,
thing.
but that was amazing to watch. The support was great, and Ivern being a prickly thorn in their side.
Well done.
If I must go for another one. I'm kidding.
No, please, by all means. It's really well done. But I just noticed at the end of that, like, when we came back to camera, my eyes are just, like, a lot wider than usual, so I had to just...
Well, it's because you're shocked by how amazing that game was.
It was
That was
crazy.
played amazingly on the side of Gentle Hearts there.
Absolutely. I think the way that they kind of just had full control of the map, there was never a question of who was on top in that game, except for that team fight there. Ricky did a lot of impressive stuff. And again, not to count on any of the other Saints, everybody playing so well together as a well-oiled machine with a very good engine, but it wasn't quite a Diesel one, so might
Not for
be as-
not for
so.
League Varsity, not for the leaguers today.
Yeah, not for
But
the
but on our CS team, that engine was running clean. That was a sports car. That was an F1 engine.
personally, mine,
Cleaning
yeah.
and speeding through that match.
I have a lot of faith in this CS team. I think they have a lot to prove, and a lot to prove they will. Saying hi to Ricky just a second ago. Just a lot of good showing out today. Again, the CS team putting on such a good show. Our Omega Strikers team going 2-1 against a very, very good team. That's going to be Lakeland University Esports. Look at their lovely logo.
Yeah, bringing it to the
Map
final
three.
game there
Yes.
and closing it out. That was a close one. We thought that they were just going to get swept after they were sweeping the other day 2 days ago, but they managed to bring it back from there. And Theo, do you have any thoughts about the games that happened today?
I mean, I think it was pretty good action. Our Academy League team didn't do too well, got 2-0'd, but everyone has those days. Sometimes you're just not on it. You lose games. Everyone loses games. That's how you just get better. I mean, you're the best.
True.
Other than you.
Yeah,
But
never lose.
I mean, I think we had some pretty exciting games today. Good Saints action, as always on our game days. We'll have exciting action, a lot of it as well.
A lot of
So,
action. A lot of it will be all
yeah.
very exciting. And one thing that I just forgot to mention about the excitement we saw today, again, the CS team, 13-1 both games.
Yeah.
Okay. I might have my personal bias. That I think that objectively speaks to the quality of gameplay that we're seeing from them coming out. And you mentioned the Academy team for the League of Legends. They played very well. They put a lot of fight up, but it just couldn't.
Wasn't
get
their
victories
day.
there.
Yeah, but all in all, great another game day here today to close things out. All teams gave it their all, played very well. Some won more than others, but that's bound to happen. Can't always be a sweep like last game day. But thank you very much, Daniil, for joining us, and Theo, thank you very
My
much
pleasure.
as well.
Of course.
And thank you to Danners in the back and Tommy and all our other observers. We need so many
So
more
many.
observers here. So if you want to work on production, you know who to ask, Mr. Danners. He'll get you on here. But
Don't hesitate to do it. We need people now.
do.
We're doing a lot of stuff, so
We are.
Definitely,
go for
definitely. But to close things out, it's been a great time.
Well-
And tomorrow, we've had some game day, but tomorrow we're going to have back to the normal stuff, back to the usual schedule with
Yeah.
some more Overwatch. So come back right back here. And thank you very much, viewers at home, for joining us. Bye-bye.